Hamas and Iran are blaming the Jewish state, and they are vowing retaliation. It is a first, the national debt topping $35 trillion. And that U.S. debt clock continues spinning at breakneck speed.
The Treasury Department noted the milestone in its daily report detailing the nation's balance sheet. The red ink is mounting in the United States more quickly than many economists had predicted, as the costs of federal programs enacted in recent years have exceeded initial projections. The leading presidential candidates, Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump, have said little about the nation's deficits on the campaign trail. The Congressional Budget Office said last month that the U.S. national debt is poised to top $56 trillion by 2034, as rising spending and interest expenses outpace tax revenue. Bernie Bennett, Washington.
As firefighters out west battle monstrous wildfires back east in Vermont, they're assessing the damage, and they're cleaning up following the latest round of flooding to hit the state.
We have soil conditions that are more moist or even saturated as the next system comes along. So we see rainfall falling on saturated ground, and that's going immediately into a surface runoff situation rather than being able to percolate into the soils.
The National Weather Service's Peter Benakos explaining that Vermont simply has not had a chance to dry out from repeated rounds of rainfall in recent weeks. Boeing lost more than $1.4 billion in the second quarter. The company has named aerospace industry veteran Robert Ortberg as its new CEO effective next week. Despite the big loss, Boeing stock has been on the rise this morning. On Wall Street, ahead of the opening bell, Dow futures up 100 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
You can just grin and bear it or bite the bullet when it comes to everyday pain. Don't. Try Relief Factor, a drug-free daily supplement that helps your body fight pain naturally. Relief Factor doesn't just mask pain, it helps reduce or even eliminate it. It's 100% drug-free. It's developed by doctors. In 3 weeks or less, you'll know whether it works for you like it works for me. Try Relief Factor for yourself. Go to relieffactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF and save on your first order. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF.
What does it take for organizations to triumph? It takes trust. But trust is getting harder and harder to gain, which is why over 2,700 organizations display the ECFA seal. The ECFA seal gives your organization the third-party credibility that people are literally looking for. And in turn, an estimated 14 million givers support ECFA-accredited organizations. Let us help you maintain a trusted reputation as you reach the world for Christ. Visit ecfa.org/triumph to learn more.
Ukraine's military says Russia launched one of its biggest attacks using explosive drones overnight.
Mass bombardments put Ukraine's air defences under considerable strain. This was overwhelmingly an attack with Ukrainian-designed explosive drones, as opposed to some of the more complex attacks using multiple ballistic and cruise missiles too. But drones can still cause huge damage. The capital, Kiev, was the main target. Officials there said more drones were used against it than any attack this year. Ukraine continues to strike back. Its military said it hit a weapons depot in the Russian region of Kursk. The local governor said only that what he called a facility had been hit overnight, causing a fire.
The BBC's Danny Aberhart. Hundreds of rescue workers searching through the debris from landslides that have killed at least 151 people in southern India. Torrential rains triggering torrents of mud and water engulfing entire villages. News and analysis at townhall.com. San Francisco police will start clearing out the homeless.
At least those who have refused to move from public areas under new policies. San Francisco Mayor London Breed's office says city workers will continue offering housing and services to homeless people, but they cannot sleep in public spaces. The goal is to prevent tents from popping back up in areas that have been cleared and to prevent smaller encampments from growing into larger ones. The U.S. Supreme Court in June made it easier for cities to ban homeless encampments. Keith Peters reporting.
In a victory for Texas Governor Greg Abbott, the Fifth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals says a floating barrier in the Rio Grande can remain in place for the time being. The barrier is aimed at discouraging people from trying to make the dangerous swim across the river from Mexico. The barrier is set up along one of the busiest hotspots for illegal border crossings. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, Whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy middle of the week, everybody.
Yes, sir.
You made it to Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Technically last day of summer for the kids?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the final day?
It is the final day. Soak it up, kids. Although they are doing a thing at the convention center today from 3 to 6, I believe.
Yeah, they got like I think they have backpacks.
Free school supplies, backpack giveaway.
Food
yeah, they got some food out there. Information about the school year.
Yeah.
But my son's open house at Del Norte is happening this afternoon too, so we went ahead and chose the open house.
Sure. Well,
go get to know the teacher,
more
learn the layout. And he's got a bit of a head start because he went to Head Start, but also because he spent a good month and a half, over there for their summer literacy program.
Yeah. But he's got to get the lay of the land, and when it's a big deal when you're that age and you're in a new environment, and you got to kind of reacclimate yourself to, where's my new safe spaces? Where's my new hangouts? Where's my new, the whole deal. So, yes, it's a different time.
But enjoy your last day of freedom, children. Although I did watch a spirited debate go down on Facebook talking about different start times for area schools. And it seems like it's really up in the air this year. Like, Artesia doesn't start until the 8th.
Oh, wow.
I believe. Some schools don't start until like the 14th, is what I was reading. Some schools started last Monday. Las Cruces, some schools in Albuquerque did. So it's really all over the place this year.
To be honest, this late July, early August, whole school, just because I grew up East Coast, is so foreign to me. Like, I was just looking at my Facebook this morning, and they're still doing like summer camp back east. Like, kids are out at summer camp still because they don't go back to school for like another month.
Right.
So.
It's very hard to find a timely back to school drops for the other radio station because they haven't put those on display yet.
Right. No, only people are on it are like the stores. Like, they put back to school out like in May.
Oh yeah. Oh, and I think they're officially out now. I've seen them at a couple of places. Reese's Pumpkins already hitting store shelves.
Really?
Yes. Just in time for Halloween, kids.
I'm still looking for my gold medals.
Right?
My medal ones.
I did see those in one store. I saw those. I think it was at Albertsons. I think they had like a display.
Yeah, I saw them. I saw them once, and maybe it was Walgreens or something, but I did see them once. I speaking of Reese's, I must ask: have you tried the caramel one, the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup with the caramel in it?
No, I have not. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I would say, like, of all the things that Reese's have done to the cup. I'm always like, you're getting a little, all right, we're putting like cereal in it now. I mean, come on, this is getting a little over the top.
The potato chip one was probably my favorite. I loved that. Was really good.
But the caramel, with the peanut butter, and the chocolate, the way it's done, pretty good. Pretty good.
Is it like, because caramel's real hit or miss, especially when it comes to like, caramel with something. It's usually like a lower grade. Is it like the stretchy caramel? Is it soft, or is it is it gonna make a mess?
It's a soft, but it gives a good stretch. If you pull it out, there's a caramel string that comes out with it.
Nice.
So, yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. I'll have to
see if I can find those.
If they're looking for ideas, here's one for you. Partner up with the Nabisco people.
Okay.
Put a layer of the chocolate Oreo cookie in there.
Ooh.
Peanut butter, chocolate Oreo cookie, and the rest of the Reese's.
That sounds pretty pretty legit.
Yeah.
The other thing that I haven't tried yet, I've seen them everywhere, is, and I really don't see how this would work, but Sour Patch Oreos. Have you seen these?
I would say that sounds awful, but Oreo does not miss.
They rarely miss.
Like,
there's been a couple.
I haven't had a bad. Like, I had even the watermelon one, and I was like, "This is good."
Yeah, but did you have the Swedish Fish one?
No, but I'm not a Swedish Fish fan.
Yeah, it was bad.
So.
I'm not either, and it was not.
Okay, I didn't
great.
see that one, but like ones that I thought, oh, you guys done screwed up now, and I ate it. I was like, all right, it's pretty good.
Smooth move, Nabisco. Smooth move.
You know what? If it was anybody other than Oreo, I would be like, but if it's an Oreo, I'll give her a dance.
I'll see if I can acquire a pack so we can try them. But I don't see how those two things could work together.
I don't either, but who knows? Maybe it does. I never thought watermelon Oreos would work either, but it did.
I like how open-minded you are about certain companies, but when I suggest s'mores ramen...
Well, certain companies have earned my trust on doing these things. Oreo is one of them. Ramen folks have not yet earned my trust on that. And quite frankly, there's a couple like Kit Kat. They've not earned my trust yet.
Kit Kat has earned my trust, if for no other reason than because of the plethora of flavors they've released in Japan.
Yeah.
By the way, and this is completely off topic, do you get infuriated when you hear somebody mispronounce plethora?
No, because I always do the whole Three Amigos in my head.
I was watching something the other day, it was like a very educational video. And the guy was he'd done his research on whatever the topic was, but then he said the word plethora. I'm like,
I've never heard it said
what
that
is
way.
wrong with you?
To be honest,
yeah,
that sounds like a body part,
right?
An organ.
He says there was a plethora of. I'm like, you're saying it wrong.
There's a blockage of the plethora. That's what that sounds like to me.
Oh, my plethora's acting up. Oh, dang it.
Yeah.
Third time this week.
I need a plethorotomy. But
still one of my favorite Family Guy jokes. Oh, my duodenum's acting up. But yeah, no, when you are watching a video where obviously the person is educated, they've done their research on the topic at hand, but then they just miss that one word, and you're just like, ooh, I can't listen to anything else you have to say.
It's tinnitus all over again.
Exactly. Exactly.
I get you.
Tinnitus.
No,
yes.
if I heard it said that way, but the word plethora, because I just think of Three Amigos, and he over and hit the plethora of pinatas.
Plethora of pinatas. Yeah.
So but anyway, but yeah, I get that.
I digress. Sorry, we were talking about cookies. And I can understand where you're coming from the brand perspective, that a brand has to earn. I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Coke, I feel like lost a lot of people's trust over the last couple of years with these creator flavors.
Yeah.
That really just taste like nothing.
And to be honest, that spiced one, not a fan.
No, I tried it once and I was like,
fan.
I didn't enjoy it.
Not a fan. No, it's just not my thing. You know who's lost my trust? That I love their product, but when they get flavor on me, I'm starting to they're rope-a-doping me. M&M's.
Really?
Yes. I mean, I love the crispy M&M's, the peanut butter M&M's, but when they start getting into these brownie cocoa,
yeah, those are a little bit of a stretch.
They're all starting to taste the same to me.
The ones that I didn't appreciate or like were the ones where they were trying to go for the sweet heat.
Yeah.
But they weren't.
Yeah.
They weren't even a little hot.
See, now M&M used to be go-to, but now they putting out last couple of years, they've been kind of.
You know who stepped up their game in the last couple of years? Pringles.
Yeah.
When we were on, and Jocelyn can attest to this, when we were on our trip to Denver, I made the joke. I'm like, it looks like this trip was sponsored by Pringles. We had a snack container, and we had 6 cans of Pringles because they were different. There was Carnitas Street Taco. There's a what was the other one? Oh, All Dressed, which is like a
Canadian
flavor.
one, yeah.
There was, we had just regular cheddar. I think cheddar sour cream was one.
Did you do the sandwich combining?
The everything bagel, and that was insane. It like went in layers. You like tasted the cream cheese, then you tasted the sesame seeds.
To be honest, of all those flavors, that's the one that's probably going to best serve on a Pringle.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Because it works with the potato aspect. You put like a latke or something like that on a bagel. So it was. So they really stepped their game up when it comes to
I kind of sleep on Pringles.
They had a rough couple of years when they were doing like pecan pie for a minute, and
I will tell you this: I will not mess with the ripples. The
Ruffles?
the rippled Pringles, disgusting.
Well, it feels like you're playing God at that point. You can't ruffle a Pringle.
Yeah, I had it. I was like, what is this hot nonsense? Just get this out of here.
Do you remember that quick? It was like a 2-year stint where Pringles tried to do tortilla chips.
Oh no, I missed that.
I think they were called like Torinos or something like that. But it was like it was a triangle can, a triangle shaped can.
I missed that.
They were not good. They were very small and they were not good.
Just picturing it, none of those evoke like it. I feel like it's AI doing tortilla chips.
Right? Oh, and that's the other thing. I am real tired of when I see like a new product come out that I have to like zoom in and like look at the writing on the package to see if it's English.
Real.
Yeah, that's getting a little annoying.
That's all right though. Some are getting too obvious. Like I know there's no pickle flavored Dr. Pepper coming out anytime.
Yeah. So. Well, that being said, I never did try the pickle pepper that they were going with at Sonic.
Yeah.
I've heard good things though.
Okay.
What were those called?
Ooh, I just saw the time.
Yeah, we got to get
her going. So let me give you the rundown. Mm-hmm. We're going to replay an interview this hour. We had the folks from the Chaves County Health Council join us last week talking about the big health expo happening here in August. So we'll play that interview here in just a few. In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, the folks from Roswell Job Corps will join us and give us an update and talk a little bit about Job Corps. And I'm sure they're taking applications for their next classes right now. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, we'll have the folks from American Legion Post 61 join us. Jen and Lee will drop by and give us an update what they've got going on through American Legion.
Very good.
I know they're in the midst of Farmers Market. They're out there every Saturday. Farmers Market.
Farmers Market. Sort of like how I cannot say Mark Wahlberg. I always have to say Mac Wahlberg.
Farmers is the Farmers Market.
Farmers Market. They're called Torengos. They were called Torengos.
Torengos?
Yeah, that was the name of the triangle-shaped tortilla chips.
I thought that was a
Pringles.
Ford car.
Right? It sounds like
Ford Turango.
Ford Turango. Stay the course.
Fill it with nacho cheese. All right, 7:18. Here's your weather. Spoiler alert, it's going to be hot.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. About 105 for the afternoon high today. Sunshine, and we do have a slim chance of a late-day shower or thunderstorm. Maybe a shower overnight, but rain chances are fairly low. We'll have clouds and mid-70s, and then more heat coming up on Thursday. 100 to 105 and sunny. We'll stay right around 100 on Friday and all the way through the upcoming weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 77 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity's at 60%. Winds currently out of the west at 3 miles per hour. We have a heat advisory. Today's officially one. If you need a reminder, it's going to be hot. We have a heat advisory. That's going to kick in at noon, remaining in effect through 8 p.m. this evening. For the day, sunny and a high of 106 expected with southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear tonight. Expect an overnight low of 75 degrees with west winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, sunny, 106 for a high, southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, remember they're talking about rain? Not anymore. Partly cloudy, expect an overnight low of 72, southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, remember they're talking about rain there? Not now. Sunny and hot, high of 101, southeast winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, mostly sunny, 101. They've tacked on a 20% chance for some showers and thunderstorms Saturday night. Partly cloudy, overnight low 72, and then mostly sunny, 98 for a high on Sunday. And then looks like we'll be floating right around 100 Monday and Tuesday of next week as well. All right, 20 minutes after 7 o'clock, we're going to take a quick 2-minute break. Then we're going to play our interview with the Chavez County Health Council. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Bob Reed Pest Control protects you and your home by controlling pests that invade. Bob Reed Pest Control understands the importance of safety in and around your home from unwanted pests. Protect your family's most important investment, your home, and protect your children and pets from the dangers of poisonous bugs and insects. Call Bob Reed Pest Control today and let our fully licensed pest control professionals start working for you and your family. Find us fast in names and numbers. Call 623-5344, serving all of Southeast New Mexico.
Hi, this is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture, and I want to tell you about our store-wide sale happening now. All items in every department are on sale. Upgrade your living space with power reclining sofas and love seats or beautiful sectionals with charging ports. Create ambience with amazing table and floor lamps. Get that long-awaited restful night's sleep with the new Serta mattress. Every department is on sale from our existing prices, so come down to Glenn's Furniture on the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
Wakefield Oil Express has the highest quality service in Roswell with a 17-point full-service oil change that includes a full wash and vacuum at their car wash. You won't find a better deal. They also offer full synthetic oil changes, fuel and cabin filter replacements, and will even check your battery. Their tunnel wash isn't afraid of dirty vehicles. They have the best value wash in town with free vacuums. They even offer wash passes that can be used for multiple vehicles. Next time you need your oil changed, go to the fast and efficient Wakefield Oil Express and let them earn your business. 3204 North Main, Roswell.
Eastern New Mexico University is proud to announce our newest offering, a Master of Social Work degree. This 100% online, affordable master's degree has 3 concentrations: clinical, clinical military, and children, youth, and families. This online master's degree is perfect for the working professional, as you can earn your degree on your own time with our flexible online courses. For more information, visit www.enmu.edu/MSW. Eastern New Mexico University, student success. That's what we're about.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. U-Haul is the world's largest advertiser in the Yellow Pages. Too bad millennials don't know what the Yellow Pages are. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 22 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Chavez County Health Council, Carrie Moore and Jennifer Smith back with us. Good morning, ladies. How are y'all doing today?
Good morning. Good.
Good deal. Well, it is the busy time. I mean, you guys are always busy at the Health Council. Year-round, there's stuff going on. For folks not familiar, Chavez County Health Council is kind of they are there to be a resource for all things, not just healthcare, really just community-related stuff. So they are, the Health Council is the ones that monitor and run the 211 health hotline. If you have any questions regarding healthcare, not emergency, if you got a broken arm or something, go call 911, whatever, do that. But if you're new to town and looking for doctors, or if you're looking for resources for your family, or if you just want information about just anything from stuff at the Department of Health to what's going on at the at the Wool Bowl on Saturday. It's kind of a little bit of everything there. So that's it. And so the Health Council runs that. But one of the other big things that the Health Council runs that kind of the public knows about is the annual Health Expo here in August, which we're about a month away, just a hair over a month away from this year's event too. When they're not doing that stuff too, they're also working with other health care, like our various hospitals and other healthcare institutions, working on getting speakers and resources to help educate them on various things. Like if there's like an autism expert that comes in, hey, our doctors can meet with them and get, that's the kind of stuff you guys also do there too. So that's kind of in a nutshell what the Health Council does, is meetings and exposing things to the public for opportunities and stuff. So did I miss anything on that, or did I goof it up at all?
Oh, you goofed it up. You goofed it up bad.
Awesome.
But we'll let you keep it.
Well, I'm good at that.
You can own that, baby.
But we are coming up this time again for the Health Expo here, and so for this year, is it going to look just like other years, or we've got more and more, or different? Or is it just kind of you come and you get your healthcare, the things you expect to do at Health Expo will be happening this year at Health Expo.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be pretty similar. We got a few changes, but
things.
They're good.
Yeah, this is your opportunity. If you've never been to one, it happens this year. Will be August 24th. It'll be at the Convention and Civic Center, and it's usually the morning. This one goes from 8 to noon, and so during that morning you could come, and there will be Boys and Girls Club's going to start kind of kick the morning off with their bubble run and all that, which you can sign up now. We'll tell you how to do that here in just a bit, but do that, and then around 8 o'clock the expo will start, and they come for free screenings. There'll be healthcare providers doing free screenings, checkups. Things could be various stuff from glucose to mammograms to just blood pressure checks and things. There's other businesses and entities that offer services and products that might help. Some are related to healthcare, some are, loosely related to healthcare. Mental
it's
health.
all ultimately related to healthcare. So it might be mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. I mean, it's healthcare because it encompasses the entire body and everything around it.
Well, and that's just it. As we starting to learn a little bit more about bodies and health and things, everything's connected, and so the mental health is just as important as going to see your doctor for tonsillitis or something like that, and that's treated that way. I mean, when you look just even like dentistry,
I was gonna say, I don't care what it is. Eyes and teeth are part of your regular body. It should be included in your regular health insurance.
And it's in the last 20 years from now, they're kind of start finally saying, oh, yeah, that's healthcare too. It's like, just because you don't go to, a family practice doctor initially to get it looked at doesn't make it a healthcare issue. So that's the kind of stuff, if you're wanting to get, information about that, sign up for resources and things. But see, I would even, this is where I say go even mental health, because it's things like, even if it's for an escape getaway kind of, the leisure type, hey, you want a hot tub, things. And I know that's kind of commercial, but to me, I feel a lot better when I have amenities, and what I mean. My mental health is a lot better when I have nice things. I'm just saying that's part of mental health for me.
And probably about 85% of the rest of the world.
But that's what the health.
How old are you? You're talking like a boomer.
I'm boomer adjacent. I'm Gen Xer, but I'm
we don't have those kind of luxuries. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm the Gen X. I'm the latchkey kid. They totally turn out, come back, and the street lights on, and don't get in vans with
right there with you.
It's like every summer there was a van and we didn't get in it.
And nobody had to tell us not to get in it.
That's right. That was our lesson. Street light comes on. If a guy pulls up in a van, don't get in it. But getting back on track here, we would love to get folks. First off, we want to put on your calendars, make it a priority to come. It will be after school starts this year, which is, just because how school, but there will be backpacks, the school supplies stuff, because I figure about that time, I'm going to say at least 30% of your kids' school supplies have been broken or lost already by that time.
Yeah, it won't hurt to get an extra backpack and extra school supplies.
Even if they didn't broken them yet, put it in the closet, and when they come home and, Mom, my pencil's gone, or whatever, all right, let's get to the closet and get you some more.
Yeah, they might need it around Thanksgiving.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and there's a lot of kids who just can't get their supplies right before school starts.
Absolutely.
I mean, because a lot of times they're already wiped out and you just can't get to it. Or you're having to buy everything else that goes with it. I mean, the elementary schools still have uniforms. So you have to do that. Middle school, you have to buy their uniforms.
And even when you don't have to buy uniforms, you're still buying new clothing, new shoes, getting the haircuts, doing all the back to school, getting ready stuff that let's face it, it puts a big burden on families. And, because, if you're already on a budget and now we're doing something that blows the budget, that's going to, because, and so that's where, let this help you out a little bit.
Yeah, so there's no reason to stress just because it's 3 weeks after school starts. I mean, it's okay. Half the time, nobody has all their supplies to start with because we don't know what's on those lists until that first day anyway.
And my wife being a teacher, like what's on the list and what they actually need isn't, because that's a very...
It's not the same.
Broad blanket list, and the teacher's like, yeah, that's great. I don't need this. I need this. You know what I mean? So then you got that. Okay, here's what you got. Now here's what you really got to get.
Yeah, and then as a parent, you're like, well, I just bought all this. Now I have to go buy that.
But they want to have these lists out available in all the stores and stuff. And it's like, well, we got to.
Like, who puts those lists together?
Be honest, I think it's some person that. Probably not even in a classroom, but that's another.
That's
another story for another time. But so the Health Expo, even though it is technically after the start of school this year, we'll incorporate all the back to school stuff that we're normally that you're normally accustomed to with the health fair here. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. So don't worry if so if you need to, maybe just get enough to get through the first week or two, and then come and we'll get the rest of it there at the
Renew
health fair.
Health is going to be bringing 200 backpacks.
Good
And
deal.
We'll have a whole lot more.
And that's kind of a requirement you make for all your vendors and things. They say, hey, as part of your cost for coming here, you need to donate some school supplies so we can give this to the kids and the families that come in.
Yeah, and we spread it out all across Chaves County. So after we get done here, then it'll go down to the valley so that Dexter, Haven, and Lake Arthur can have access to them down there as well.
Excellent. Of course, if you're living in Dexter, Hagerman, you're more than welcome to come up to the health fair, too, and grab it, too, and visit if you want to.
I highly encourage you.
I highly recommend you do it. Come on down and get it yourself. But if not, they'll bring it to you later. But you know what I mean. If you want to get it firsthand.
Along with a lot of other goodies.
Yeah. Actually, real quick before I kind of ask you what some of the things are on tap here. Now is the time if you are wishing to be a vendor or part, or is it full too?
We're done.
Dang!
We're
Usually
done.
Usually we're ready for more. Sorry, scratch that.
We're
They're full. All we gotta do is show up now. So, all right. So scratch that. What's some of the features for this year's fair that we want to highlight?
This year we are doing mammograms with Rio Pecos OBGYNs. So they'll be there scheduling mammograms.
Okay. Now that's usually one you have to pre-register for, right? Or can
Not
you do it on
this year.
spot? Okay.
Not this year. This year we weren't able to get the mammogram bus.
Okay.
We had a prior commitment, and so we got Rio Pecos to do the mammograms.
So their procedure's a little bit different.
Yeah, they're going to be scheduling the mammograms as they come in, and then they'll go in a different day for their free mammogram.
Okay, so you can get it scheduled that day. So come in and get it, and they'll do it for free, whenever it works availability for everybody. But you can get it scheduled, get it locked in, and then visit Rio Pecos on your scheduled day to get your mammogram.
Yeah, and we're doing more this year.
Good. So please sign up for this, please. And I know with mammogram technology, a lot has been advanced in that over the last 10, 15 years, and so they're way better at doing it. And so we're now getting into a point, and I think it's starting to come out where when these scanners are coming out, they're getting a lot of what we call false positives because those imaging is so much better on these, and they're seeing things, and quite frankly, they're just not used to seeing it before because they never had a machine that could see it. And then they're seeing it's like, ooh, is that something? And then most of the time they're like, oh, no, that's normal. But we're now in a phase because that some people get a little nervous because doctors are saying, hey, we saw something. 9 times out of 10, it's nothing. So please don't be alarmed about that kind of stuff. It's just we've got better machines now, and we're still kind of learning the full scope of what they're capable of sometimes and some of the technology here. So
early detection is the key to this.
Absolutely. When it comes to breast cancer, to be honest, breast cancer is a very, very, very treatable cancer.
Yes.
It's one of the easier ones to treat.
Especially
if it's caught early. If it's late stages, then it's tough. But early stages, especially breast, some other cancers are more aggressive than others, but breast cancer is one of those ones. Generally, there's always a strain but generally they're pretty slower growing cancers there. But anyway, it's getting the mammogram fixes that really because they can, especially with the equipment they have now, they can detect it so much earlier, and really it's not as nearly the invasive thing that what a cancer diagnosis can be. If they catch it that early enough, it's almost like an in and out visit. It can be.
It can be, yeah.
Yeah, it can be. So that's why, please get that mammogram scheduled, even though you're kind of like, I don't want to do it. I know, because you get it, it's uncomfortable, and let's face it, no one likes getting doctor procedures. No one lines up and can't wait. Colonoscopy, sign me up, boys. No one's running to the doctors for these things. So
it's weird, it's uncomfortable, but it wasn't horrible.
It's not that bad.
Exactly, that's the thing. Once you're done, you're like, oh, that wasn't that big. Like when I had my first colonoscopy, I was, you hype it all up in your head. And I got done, and I was like, I woke up like happy, like I don't know what they put in that anesthesia, but I had like the best night's sleep of my life, man. I was like, all right, good. It's gonna be a good day, Bob. I'm hungry. Let's go eat. But anyway, we all hype it up over our heads. Same with the mammogram. So please, if you have not had a mammogram in a while, and you need resources, please, when you come to the Health Expo, visit the Rio Pecos booth out there, sign up for the mammogram.
And you don't have to have insurance. If you don't have insurance, it's fine. We'll pay for your mammogram. If you have insurance, then that's great.
Then we're going to help out. Then we'll let them. But money is not the hurdle here.
Yeah.
It's about your health. That's what this health expo, this health fair is all about. It's getting you in touch with healthcare resources. Money is, we get it. If we all had plenty of money, we wouldn't need one of these. We go to the doctor ourselves. But there's a lot of resources, a lot of things, things available to people. If you need these things, please take them. I know there's some people that this is their health care. They come every year to get their blood pressure checked and get everything. And I highly recommend you try to get some health care. But God bless you for at least doing this. Please come out and do this and stay on top of that and to be honest, if you're looking for healthcare resources, there'll be people at the Health Expo that can get you help on that kind of stuff and get you in touch with the people. That's kind of what 211 does. You don't have to wait till the Health Expo, by the way. You can call 211 and I don't know. Joanne's not here. I guess she'll be answering if you call right now.
It'll be Carrie and Emily.
Okay. Well, it won't be Carrie. She's busy right at the moment. But definitely utilize that and get that resource out. By the way, speaking of, before we keep going on, as far as the Health Council, you guys meet probably a lot more now, but you guys meet every month. Outside of getting ready for Health Expo here, but you guys are always looking for more volunteers, more people to be a part of the council, to serve in various ways. Of course, Carrie's now, you've been named the head person in charge here, and you're kind of the director here.
The director for the Health Council.
For the Health Council now, so congratulations or condolences. I'm not sure how that all works, but thank
you.
But and so always looking for more people to get involved and work with the council, and not only keeping and doing the tent pole things that the council does, but incorporate new ideas, because you guys are always looking, hey, where else can we get involved and help? Where else can we partner up with or attach to find resources for people? And so if you've got some of those ideas or want to contribute to that, come on to the next meeting.
We meet the second Wednesday of every month, and you can find information about that on our website. Yeah, it's ChavezCountyHC.org.
Yep. And of course, the Health Council does have a Facebook page too. You can I highly recommend you like and follow that. If you have any questions about anything Health Council related, whether it's the expo here or next meeting or any of that, you can always shoot a message there, and one of the members will get back to you as soon as humanly possible there. But please mark on your calendars the 24th of August. That is this year's Health Expo from 8 to noon. Prior, and again, and I imagine as we get a little closer, we'll get probably the Boys and Girls Club folks in here too to kind of promote this is a big fundraising event for that. So the Health Expo weekend or Saturday kind of kicks off with this year. It's a bubble run, fun runs they do each year.
Yes. Everybody needs to sign up for the bubble run. Yeah. If you want a shirt, a guaranteed shirt, you need to sign up before August 1st.
Okay, so you got about a week and change here to get signed up.
You can find information on the Boys and Girls Club of Chavez and Lincoln County Facebook page.
Excellent.
Or on our website as well. There's a direct link over to it.
Oh, they'll say, you could you share it there, and you'll find a link too on the Facebook page as well. You can just click on that, and it'll take you for the bubble run or for the if you have questions about the Health Expo here.
Yeah, so we're doing the bubble run again. So this will be the second time trying to do the bubble run.
Okay.
Last year didn't quite go the way it was supposed to go. Logistics is the nightmare sometimes.
Well, that happens. Sometimes weather doesn't work in your favor, and
there should be more bubbles this year.
Good.
So this year we were able to get some sponsors for the Boys and Girls Club to purchase their own bubble machines.
Oh, good. So we're going to have a cornucopia of bubbles this time.
Yeah, not just me out there blowing on my little wand.
I'm blowing fast again.
It's like, dang it, guys, come on.
It's like, get the big one you can do this with.
I tried those. I played with that with the grandbabies. It didn't all work out.
Everyone, you know what? Everyone seems to be amazing at those things except me. I'm like that guy, and I'm like, oh, look at how. And then I tried. It's like, why does mine suck and everyone else is good? There
has to be a trick to it.
And then, or like when you were a kid and you got like the bubble in the thing, and then you run out and mom puts the dish soap in the water, and it never works as good
because there's no glycerin.
Yeah,
it's like, that's the magic touch. It's glycerin.
Yeah, you're just like you're like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah. So this year I want people to dress up.
Good. Yeah, come in costume. Come.
So, like, if you're pushing a stroller or riding something, make it bubble themed.
Okay.
So, make it a rocket and have bubbles coming out of the tailpipe.
So, a bubble theme to your costume.
Bubble themed costume.
All right.
I think would be so much fun. Come on, Roswell. Do me proud.
And there are bubble characters you could use.
Yes. Powerpuff has a bubble character.
Yeah, I would even argue Mr. Bubbles, the scrubbing bubbles guy.
Bubbles.
You should be.
Hey, what, dude?
Especially a guy with a mustache. You could be the scrubbing bubbles guy.
I think all you do is need to be bald, and I think you can do the scrubbing bubbles.
Sorry, with the stash.
You could be Mr. Bubbles' granddaddy.
There you go. Maybe. I'm a little. Yeah, I will get this thing going. So. Yeah, I'm like Senior Bubbles.
There you go.
But yeah, come have fun with it. Just that's what it's about. Sure, if you want to take this as a serious exercise opportunity and get fit, by all means, God bless you, do it. But it's a fun run. We physical fitness is important, but this is about getting together, raising money for Boys and Girls Club for all the great work that they do.
That's kind of the key. So because our Boys and Girls Club is linked up with Lincoln County, so we have the fire. So their resources
have been kind of pulled.
Everything about the Boys and Girls Club right now has just been drained. It's been really hard.
So the Roswell office is pretty bare bones right now.
Yeah, so definitely needing to raise the funds to help them out so that they can service the kids in both locations.
And they're such a great program. I mean, there's families, and they've been expanding over the years here where where they do their after school programs, and they've been able, thanks to generosity of people and things, to add more and more schools each year. And so, like I said, Rio Dos has probably kind of taxed some of the resources at the moment. But let's help. So more than ever, this fun run to bolster funds and get them to where they can get back to doing their full service for all the kids and things.
So even if you're not a runner and you don't want to go walk or ride a bike or roller skate or whatever it is you want to do, sign up, do it as a donation. Help them out. Give them some money, man.
Yeah, it's such a great organization, and they have such a nice facility now. It's long overdue, but finally got one. We need to support foster because our youth. I mean, throw as many programs, opportunities for our kids in our community, and they all do great stuff. And Boys and Girls Club's just one of those ones in the mix, doing great things for our kids.
You know, growing up here in the 80s and the 90s, the Boys and Girls Club was huge. Everybody went over there. The place was always packed. My little brother just loved it.
Yeah. And I moved here when it kind of lulled.
And then after that, they changed directors a little bit, and things just kind of went down. And it had stayed down for a while, and now it was starting to build back up. So we just got to keep that momentum and get it back to what it used to be, because it was a fantastic program.
Yeah, and I think part of that, too, is they kind of reorganized the leadership side. That's when they started incorporating Lincoln County and Chavez County together, and so they can kind of pool their resources. Because I think what was happening is some areas are thriving and others are getting forgotten, and we ended up one of those areas that just the resources dried up a little bit, and we so they said, all right, let's do it. And so come support it. Come. So before you come out to the Health Expo on that Saturday morning, get your bubble gear on and come out and bubble up and bubble run. And
you have
have fun.
plenty of time to run the run, go change, come back, do the expo.
Although you don't have to change. You want to come bubble up into the health fair? Go for it.
We would be happy to do inside.
I'm here for my mammogram.
We got squishing bubbles.
Good deal. What are some of the other highlights we want to mention that they can also? I mean, obviously these other screenings we're talking about, but is there any other tent pole or businesses or groups that we want to definitely throw a spotlight on?
We're working on getting back to school vaccinations for kids at the Health Expo.
Getting their shot records up to date, everything.
It's a work in progress.
Okay.
We got half of it lined up. We just need the coordinating other half.
So anybody listening that can help push that over the finish line, reach out to the Health Council.
Yes, if you could help, that would help us.
Absolutely.
But we're trying really, really hard to have those, because around that time, everybody should know what vaccinations they need. So this would be a perfect one-stop place. Get them done.
That's right.
Get it in the system, and then you're done. You don't have to worry about it. You don't got to take your kid to an extra doctor's visit.
Absolutely. Yeah. It can be easy, but if you don't have your ducks in a row, it can kind of be a real pain in the butt. So just a modicum of just being on top of it will make that process so much easier.
Yeah, and if you don't have health insurance, we should have some organizations there that are ready to help you to sign up for health insurance.
Absolutely. Yeah, and plus, of course, November's right around the corner, and that's kind of the time of year when everyone starts renewing plans and all that kind of thing. So get the jump on some of that stuff now, and get that, especially, and I don't know, people don't have it because they don't think they can afford it and things, but this day and age, there are, no matter what you do, where you are, there usually is a plan you can at least afford and get, some kind of coverage. So, and that's some kind of coverage is better than no kind of coverage. Yes. So, so at least start the ball there,
And this year we're also going to do voter registration. So there's no political campaigning at all. So no candidates, none of that stuff.
Just sign up to vote.
Just to sign up to vote.
We don't want to know who you're voting for. We just want to know you can vote.
We're keeping the politics out, but we're working on the rest.
As it should be.
Yes.
And I will throw this caveat on there. Stop listening to these people that tell you you're wasting your vote by voting for Float X. You vote for the people that you believe are the right person for the job, and screw what they tell you.
Yeah, we're not all the same. We all have different beliefs, different priorities.
You do your homework, and you pick the person that lines up with what you believe in, regardless of what everyone else tells you you're doing. And that's how America works.
Just vote.
Forget the rest of the noise.
Just vote.
Yep.
That's all that
Forget
matters.
the rest of the noise, and you vote what you personally believe, right? But anyway, we're done talking politics. That was it. But you can register to vote at the Health Expo if you have not already ready. Or I'm assuming change affiliations, do all the things you can do.
Yeah, everything. Because the...
to get ready to vote. Yeah.
Oh, Cindy, who is she?
Cindy Fuller, the county clerk.
Yeah,
yes,
clerk.
The Chavez County clerk, yes.
It's like, Cindy, whatever it is she does, she's going to be there doing it.
Sure. So, by the way, when she's there, so if you're like, I don't even know what district I'm in, she can tell you all that information, too. So you're like, what school board district am I in? What county district? Or what city district am I in?
Yeah, you can't keep track of those.
It gets a little convoluted after a while. And then they've gone and done move the lines around, and you're like, I used to be in two.
What do you mean I can't vote for that anymore?
Yeah. To be honest, it's a crapshoot. I forget if I'm in CD 1 or 3 half the time. I'm like, I think is it Ledger? Yeah, it's Fernanda. It's 1. No, it's I forget half the time. I'm like, I don't know. I know it's not 2 anymore. Anyway, if you don't know, they can learn all that. So you can do it online too. But that's another thing you can do at the Health Expo. Of course, are they going to have? Of course, there's usually stuff for the family too. So if the kids come, there's usually things to keep the kids occupied.
We have a lot of vendors that are planning to have some really fun activities. Yeah. I think there's going to be a popcorn machine.
Oh, nice.
Well, DWI.
They always.
Oh, they're going to have the goggles and the simulated impairment equipment.
Yes, so drunk skateboarding or
yeah, drunk scootering.
Come watch your dad fool of himself with the beer goggles. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. So you come and bring the family. Oh, by the way, it's indoors. Yes. Most of it.
All of it.
Well, we'll have a couple of vans outside.
I'll say there's usually a few food trucks or a couple of service trucks.
Stellar Satellite coffee truck will be out there, so you can grab you some coffee.
Yeah,
that's not free. But that supports CASA kids.
I was about to say it's not free, but when you buy from that truck, particularly, that portion of your coffee drinks go back to the CASA program. Mm-hmm. And if you're not familiar with CASA, they are the voice for your children in courts. They are the ones that when your children, families are going through some of the custody and those kind of things, they're the kind of like the supporter for the kids. They're the ones that speak for the voice for the child in court, that handle visit. They do some tough work, some great work. But
when you support families, kids.
Yeah. But they do a lot of
parents,
it's outside the courtroom. They're doing stuff with working at just families and teens and youth and just family support in various different ways.
And the satellite they teach the youth that work through CASA. They employ youth.
Yeah.
And so they're teaching them job skills and resume skills.
And they got dogs, which everyone loves dogs.
Yes. That's my favorite part because that's where I work during the day. At CASA, and I love the dogs.
Well, I know like the library, they got their new weekly thing where you get to read to dogs. And I think some of those are the DA dogs, but I think some of the CASA dogs go over there too, I think, and then get read to. And I think it's a cool deal.
Oh, now I'm going to have to go find that one out.
Yeah, I want to say it's like Wednesdays or something. I don't quote me on that, but go get a calendar from the library. And every month they do where the kids can come and they have the dog. I think it's usually the DA dogs, but I want to say some of the CASA dogs do that too. And they'll come over there and they get to pet and love on the dogs and read them books. And the kids get to practice their reading and, not be intimidated by someone that's going to tell them they're doing it wrong. You know what I mean? They just, then they get to, and the dogs love listening. It's a great idea.
So the one thing I love about this job is that it's collecting and finding the resources and then, coordinating and communicating them back to the public, which is what I love to do. And I do that very well.
Yeah.
And then we come to places like this. And it's like, what? Wait, this is something I haven't heard of yet?
It's such a great idea. Yeah. I've been doing it for a couple months now. It's amazing. What a great idea, because who doesn't love dogs? Who doesn't love and kids now get to practice and reading and also create the other side, creating that the nurturing side of kids and sharing that and fostering that all by reading books to dogs. What an amazing idea.
All right, we just need to have a cat. Ooh, what can we do with gerbils?
I don't know, but you need a hamster wheel. Maybe we can get something going there. But,
squirrel.
But so please come out, support this stuff, and like you said, go get all that started because we were telling you to get coffee from the Stellar food truck.
Yeah, this is how this goes.
But that's what this Saturday is. It's a community event. That's first and foremost. It's a community event. Come and bring the whole family. It's going to be fun. There's going to be games and prizes and all kinds of stuff. But
we always give away really great prizes.
Absolutely. But
before you get into that, though, I think the biggest part that we need to mention that is brand new this year is that we're doing a Chaves County resource guide.
Okay.
So
kind of like your 2-on-1 in a guide form?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay.
So it'll list all of the agencies and their phone numbers so that you can contact them if you're needing stuff. It'll be a shortened version of what 2-on-1 does.
Gotcha. Kind of like something you keep in the car, keep in the drawer in the kitchen at the house, or wherever you keep that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, and in case you need it, it's there. Hopefully you don't, but when you do, it's there.
Yeah, so this will be the first version of it, and so then for next year, my plan is to grow it and make it bigger and better and add more stuff to it. I just ran out of time.
Excellent. Well, I like that because then that's something you can instill with families, and you can use this as a teaching tool. It's like, all right, when you got your young kids, if something's going wrong, this is a book that's got information. Call a number, 911 if it's bad, but if it's something different, we're not home, and it's not, this is a number, and teach all that stuff.
And there's really great articles in there about health and wellness from our different sponsors. I know we have a big spread from Eastern Hospital. They're always our number one sponsor.
Oh, yeah.
And so we've got some
healthcare
really great...
is kind of their number one priority, so they kind of...
We have some really great information in there along with the resources.
Absolutely. So please, there's so much... Yes, it's fun and games, but there's so much valuable content and information you can take away from this. It's really, if you're needing help, if you have questions, if you're just looking for resources, maybe you're having trouble navigating something and trying to get it done, there's going to be a lot of resources of people that can, if they can't help you directly, put you in touch with people that can help you with that situation or issue.
And it's for all ages. It's not just for any particular person. It's for kids to elderly.
Absolutely. Yeah, don't think of this as just a back to school thing either. If you're having seniors, please come out. If you're needing some screenings for some of the various things, diabetes, whatever, stuff that aren't related to shot records or sports physicals or any of that kind of stuff, please come out. If you're needing healthcare, if you're dementia services, things like that, there'll be people there that can give you information on all that kind of stuff. Nursing homes and aftercare, that kind of stuff. There'll be experts there that can help you navigate through those times. Hospice, the things that are needed to talk about, but no one wants to. They will be there available to talk to as well too. So don't think of this as just a back to school fair. It is a complete health fair that it helps the kids that are barely old enough to go to school to people that are
a little years out of school.
Let's see. We'll say well seasoned, and everything in between.
Right.
So please come on. It's getting marked on your calendars. It's August 24th. It's going to be at the Roswell Convention and Civic Center. The actual health expo will be from 8 to noon. I think the fun run gets underway. What about 7?
It starts at 7. Okay. Registration at 6:30.
Okay. Now's the time to register for that. Get your registration in before August 1 to get the T-shirt.
Yes.
Because everyone likes to because that's part of the fun run. Part of doing the fun run is getting to say you did the fun run. And the only way you could really, really, really say you did the fun run is if you got the T-shirt.
Yeah, they're pretty snazzy too.
Yeah, and because no way you can get the T-shirt unless you do the fun run. So that's part of the thing is after you've gone and done, and when you told everybody what bubble things you did, no shirt, no proof. So you need the shirt. So please support. And then, like we said, all of that's going, the proceeds from the bubble run are going to help Boys and Girls Club here in Roswell and help them, especially since their resources have been pretty depleted due to the fires and flooding in Ruidoso going on right now. So it's a big deal. Just all the time. Is there anything we missed? Anything that we definitely wanted to cover that
we hit our sponsors?
I got
right?
sidebar because of coffee and dogs.
Yep, we got our presenting sponsors.
Good deal. And of course, we obviously will have you guys coming in as we get close to the event. We just want to remind things. But let me ask this. So I know we said booster full, but is there still sponsorship offered? Like if someone said, I love this, I'd like to sponsor something.
If you want to give us money, you can give us
That's
money,
what I'm saying.
but we can't put your information on anything because all of that's already gone to the printers.
Gotcha. But if you do want to support and you're not looking for recognition, please reach out because the Health Council, it's a nonprofit. Everything is done. It's raised by local raised or through grants and the various ways that nonprofits obtain money. So this is all really volunteers and grassroots. So if you want to support it and love to see what we do and like to see more of it, like if you say, man, this is great, y'all should do this, awesome. It takes money to do that. Pony it up.
Right. Well, and that's how we pay mammograms in the
all these free services you're getting. They're not free. Someone's paying for them. It's just not you. And that's the generosity of people in our community and the Health Council itself raising money to cover the costs for these services because it does cost money to bring out specialized people and specialized equipment to do these things.
Yeah. This year Chimera kicked in a little extra so we could do some more mammograms this year so we can offer more.
It's great to see our medical partners coming in. Eastern, Loveless, Chimera, they're all throughout the years, all of these entities have been highly involved in health fair, and will continue to.
They're always a part of it, and we are happy for that.
But again, more information, you can go find the Health Council's Facebook page. Give out the web address again.
ChavezCountyHC.org.
Very good. Or better yet, call 211. Or call 211, and then they'll tell you everything you need to know. Please remember, 211 is not an emergency hotline. If you got an issue and it's 2 a.m, call 911. Don't call 211. Poor folks that have to answer that are probably asleep. It's not an emergency. Wait till work hours and then we'll get you. But but if you do need resources, please don't hesitate to call it. But like I said, it's not an emergency hotline. No, it's not for emergency stuff. If you're just trying to find a doctor, please call during human being alive and awake hours.
You regular people hours.
Yeah. Well, thank you, ladies. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
All right. It's 9:57. What, this hour just disappeared. We got to take a quick break before they kick me off the radio. Don't go away.
Running a business is tough. Operational demands change fast, and keeping up can feel impossible. That's where DSI comes in. We've been helping local businesses thrive for over 25 years. You might know us for printer products, but we're your one-stop shop for cutting-edge office technology. From managed IT to video security, audio-visual technology, and more, DSI has everything you need. We're flexible, local, and have the resources of a national corporation. Be more productive. Make more money. DSI, the heartbeat of business. Visit DSINM.com.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. Let's talk a little Goddard football. It wasn't quite the year that Goddard Rockets fans have come to expect from their football team last season, finishing 6-5 overall. That was good, but the distance between Goddard and the top two teams in district, Artesia and Roswell, was pretty noticeable. And then Goddard fell in their opening round game of the playoffs, 33-0 to Deming. That was a state quarterfinal game. Now, Goddard has lost several players from that team, all-state performers like running back John Silva, offensive lineman Blaze Dean, and Luis Ortiz, who was an all-state selection on both lines of the football. But the Rockets, among others, have back Taylon Payne. He was a second-team All-State player last year as a sophomore. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
Strong women need strong partners to help them lead their healthiest lives. At Artesia General Hospital, Dr. Scott Beard and nurse practitioner Lori Crockett deliver compassionate, holistic care to women at every age and stage. From routine checkups to diagnostic testing and specialty services like urogynecology, you can expect the most innovative personalized care close to home. Learn more about women's services at Artesia General Hospital online at artesiageneral.com/women or by calling 575-736-8394. Many women's services are also offered in Carlsbad.
No static at all. Your new home for talk radio is KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Hamas and Iran vow to avenge the assassination of a top Hamas official killed in an attack on a house in the Iranian capital, Tehran. The BBC's Yolande Nell in Jerusalem says Hamas and Iran are blaming Israel.
Ismail Haniyeh, who was from Gaza but had lived in Qatar for several years, was with the heads of other regional armed groups backed by Iran at a ceremony for the swearing-in of the country's new president. Few details have been given about the attack which killed him and a bodyguard, but it would have been carefully planned. Israel's military says it doesn't comment on reports in foreign media. But one Hamas official has called this assassination a grave escalation. Another described it as a cowardly act that would not go unpunished.
By the time the numbers have been finalized, the Border Patrol expects it will have arrested 57,000 illegal border crossers this month. That's according to the AP. It got a hold of the preliminary figures. Would be a 30% drop from last month and the lowest tally since September of 2020. The acting Secret Service director tells senators that no one has been fired or otherwise reprimanded for the security lapses that allowed a gunman to shoot former President Trump. Republican Senator Rand Paul says accountability is key.
America deserves to know that those responsible for this failure are, frankly, not going to be in charge of securing the upcoming Democrat National Convention. We need to know that someone's been placed on suspension, that someone won't be in charge of the next Donald Trump rally.
The National Association of Black Journalists will hear from former President Trump today, the group's annual convention in Chicago. Meanwhile, Kamala Harris has yet to name a running mate, but her campaign says it won't be long. On Wall Street, stocks mixed. The Dow down 24 points. The Nasdaq 362 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free and will even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
A landmark trial in Guinea where a dozen men involved in a coup are charged in the killings of more than 150 people.
Captain Musa Dadis Camara's reign was short-lived yet brutal. Today's verdict will be crucial in determining his fate, as calls for him to be sentenced to life imprisonment grow. Under his rule, Guineans witnessed one of the darkest periods in the country's history, with security forces killing at least 156 people and raping scores of women who were protesting in a stadium in the capital in September 2009. Captain Dadis Camara denied ordering the massacre and blamed his subordinates for the atrocities.
The BBC's Paul Nga. Night of violent protests in the English town of Southport. Demonstrators clashing with police outside a mosque where 3 girls were fatally stabbed on Monday. The violence erupted after a peaceful vigil for the girls, ages 6, 7, and 9. They were killed during a summer holiday dance and yoga class. Townhall.com. A huge food recall gets even bigger.
The popular deli meat company Boar's Head is recalling an additional 7 million pounds of ready-to-eat products as an investigation into a deadly listeria outbreak continues. The new recall includes 71 products made between May 10th and July 29th at the company's Jarrett, Virginia plant. It follows an earlier recall of more than 200,000 pounds of sliced deli meat. The new items include meat intended to be sliced at delis, as well as some packaged meat and poultry products. 2 people have died and nearly 3 dozen have been sickened in 13 states. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
After spending 34 years in a Missouri prison on a murder conviction, Christopher Dunn is a free man. A judge, citing evidence of Dunn's actual innocence, overturned the conviction, then ordered the 52-year-old Dunn be released. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. 'Tis 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
Les Douce
of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell Talk FM. Happy Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
Hope your day is going swell.
Indeed it is. It is moving right along.
Already cranking up. Already in the 8s.
I don't like how Steve started the forecast this morning.
Yeah.
It's like, it's Steve with your with Pecos Valley weather. 105. It's like, shut up.
Right in your face.
You could have buried the lead a little bit.
Well, and when I go to the National Weather Service page to procure the weather for the day, you can kind of tell when it's going to be like scorching time.
Yeah.
Because like there's so much orange, like when you get to the page, and it's like it's like blue, or there's kind of color patterns, and to be honest, today was the first day I got there, and it was like just full on orange.
Right.
And I was like, oh man, and then of course heat advisories first thing on the page.
As soon as it hits 100 on National Weather Service, it goes from blue skies to all of a sudden orange sky. It's the only change that I can think comes with its own sound effect.
Yeah.
The vibra slap. That's just ubiquitous for it's hot.
Yep. So got
enjoy
the
it.
hots.
Go AC.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing. You're powering. Don't play. Stop.
It's like I hear talking.
I have a thing for
the watt hots here.
So it's gonna be hot. But day 5 of the oh so watchable Paris Olympics.
I watched a little bit. I watched a little swimming yesterday at lunchtime.
They really need to step up their play-by-play game. Like it's fun to watch, but like. And I'm not even talking about what I'm about to play. I'm just talking about, like, get some excitement in your voice. Like, I was watching some of the skateboarding, like the prelims.
Yeah.
And these dudes were pulling off some pretty insane moves. And they're like, at 450 into a backslide power. It's like, okay. All right. What happened? Why couldn't we get Tony Hawk?
What? Yeah. Maybe. He might be too expensive.
Maybe, yeah. He's off to
that's a lot of money NBC's got to shell out for these folks.
It really is.
And if they're putting the Tony Hawk of whatever in every sport here, it might get kind of expensive.
That being said, I stumbled upon a piece of audio or video yesterday that now I didn't know I needed in my life. And now it is the best part of my life right now. And it's the fact that while he's in France, Snoop Dogg, France, Le Snoop, is doing commentary on different sports.
He kind of had a whole internet run there with like animal videos and various other commentary like things. So Olympics,
it
fits the vibe.
It tracks, but this is him commentating on badminton. Let me turn my volume up here a little bit so it can be heard.
high tech.
Oh, I love this Batman right here. This is a great rally right here between China and the U.S. right here. As you see, it don't stop to the casket drop. They rocking and rolling, back and forth. Give me that. No, I need that. No, over here. No, over there. What about over there? No, what about there? No, give me that. I need that. That too. No, sit down somewhere. Get out.
Now, is he calling us live?
Way up in the sky. Now down. Back up. Over there.
I think so.
Now over here. Get out the way. Move. I told you we need that.
That's why I think he's doing it live, because you can hear the other guy say, that was a great point.
What was the music behind him when he did it live?
I'm pretty sure that was added in,
okay,
after,
see,
for the video,
that adds so much to that.
Yeah.
Like, if there's no music there, does it play the same?
It does, just because, give me that. No, I need that. No, you don't. Give it over here. I said move. Move. I said move. Like, he was so close to dropping so many expletives. The fact that he can stay censored like that, considering how he usually talks.
Why he hangs with the Martha Stewarts of the world, and he's king of everything.
He's moved up to the upper echelon. Now he's got Big Bic backing him.
He can walk into any room in the planet, light up a joint, and get away with it.
Pretty much. And you mentioned this off the air, but Flava Flav.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in years, but I've seen him more in the past 2 days at the Olympics. I think I've seen Flava Flav in since Surreal Life days.
He was involved in the opening ceremonies, which that was a little odd and off.
I missed that part.
The last time I saw him was Flavor of Love, and when he was doing that.
Yeah, like say VH1 shows.
Show where he married what's her name? Doggone it, Arnold Schwarzenegger's ex.
Brigitte
Nielsen.
Oh, that's Stallone's ex.
Stallone's ex.
Not
Sorry.
I was like, Shriver?
That was it was such an odd.
I was like, Flava Flav and Maria Shriver got married? Whoa.
Yeah, right.
I missed the
when
story.
Was that reality show? But that was the last time I saw Flava Flav, and he hadn't really been, out there since. Yeah. But then I found out what he's doing and his involvement in the games, why he's even there in the first place. And I'm like, holy crap, Flava Flav, good for you. And
what is it? I have no idea.
So he befriended a member of, I think either they came to one of his shows or something, of the women's water polo team, I believe it is.
Okay.
And they were talking about how a bunch of them, had to have side jobs just to maintain their lifestyle, and and then they had to work training into it. And so he decided that he was going to pay for or sponsor this team so that they didn't have to work and could just focus on training.
Oh, okay.
Cut to the contract that he and his agents worked out with their people. It's a 5-year deal where he's covering the men's and women's water polo team for 5 years.
That's awesome.
Isn't that really cool? People are
and he's all doing it just because a friend's daughter was a polo player?
Out of the goodness of his heart, he decided this was a worthy cause, and he's...
does he even like water polo?
I don't know. I mean, I'm a fan.
It's an interesting watch, but I couldn't tell you the rules or nothing.
It does seem like a very odd combination. But then again, most of what Flava Flav has made his life on is odd combinations. Nobody saw him with Brigitte Nielsen or that was the weirdest couple I've ever seen. But it was very, when I heard, I was like, Flava Flav? And then people on X are tweeting, if more millionaires and billionaires would take the idea that Flava Flav is putting out here, they could do so much good. Talking about how, stop worrying about ROI. The ROI is the benefit that you're bringing to, the sport itself.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's its own payment,
Exactly. Who knows? Maybe you bring popularity and more eyeballs on the sport too. Mm-hmm. Water polo looks like fun. I mean, it's just how often do you get an opportunity to play, let alone watch water polo?
Do you think he's got a guy that's whole job specifically is to change out the batteries in his clock necklaces? Because those have got to go bad at some point, right?
I don't know. I figure at this point,
I've never seen him check the time on one.
Maybe they're solar powered.
He might just have all of them set to 420 or something.
Maybe they're self-wounding. If he moves enough, they just wind themselves.
Well, that's not going to work very well anymore. Flava Flav's losing a little bit of his flav, if you know what I'm saying.
I saw him on the piano the other day. He was nailing it.
Really?
Yeah, they showed a clip of him in Paris, and he hops on a piano and just.
Didn't even know he was a pianist.
Oh, he was playing. He's a musician, I guess.
Neat.
He can play.
That makes sense. If you have musicianship in you.
So what you want about musicians of the day, back in the day, they were actual musicians. They could play music and learn music and know music.
Right.
Unlike today, where they can literally beat on a computer for a couple hours and punch out a song.
Well, that being said, the band that I've been, I went and saw in Denver, AJR, they're big on the beat pad thing. They mix their songs with it, but they all are, are instrumentalists. They play guitar and
exactly.
banjo.
So there's nothing wrong with the beating, but you got to understand and know how to do the music before you just start beating. It's like saying a cement mixer is great, but if you don't know how to use it, what's the point?
I had this front end loader for 13 years. I have no idea how to use this damn thing.
That's right. Let me give you the rundown for this hour of the show.
Speaking of learning skills.
That's right. Segue. We'll get you up to date with the weather here in just a bit. And here in a few minutes, we'll have the folks from Job Corps here in Roswell join us. Talk a little bit about, obviously give us an update what's going on at the Roswell Job Corps, but talk a little about the program and invite folks to learn more about it and participate. So we'll talk with them here in just a bit. Later on in the hour, we'll get you up to date with news of the local variety, your Wall Street business update, and whatever else I can come up with for this hour of the show. But first, time for the orange that is your weather.
The Orange Cast.
The Orange Cast.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. About 105 for the afternoon high today. Sunshine, and we do have a slim chance of a late-day shower or thunderstorm. Maybe a shower overnight, but rain chances are fairly low. We'll have clouds and mid-70s, and then more heat coming up on Thursday. 100 to 105 and sunny. We'll stay right around 100 on Friday and all the way through the upcoming weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 80 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 56%. Winds are currently out of the south at 7 miles per hour. We do have a heat advisory that's going to kick in at noon today, remaining in effect through 8 p.m. this evening. To remind you, it is going to be hot. 106 are expected high today with southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear tonight. Looking at an overnight low of 75 degrees with west winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, 106 once again under sunny skies. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tomorrow night with an overnight low of 72. Friday, sunny, hot 101. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Looking at the weekend, mostly sunny and high of 101 on Saturday. 20% chance of showers Saturday night. And Sunday, mostly sunny with a high of 98. All right, it is 17 minutes after 8 o'clock. We're going to take a quick 2-minute break, and then we'll talk with the folks from Job Corps on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
When you're healthy, you can do amazing things. We're all about that, because if you don't have access to health insurance through your work, or you just lost Medicaid, Be Well can connect you to the right health plan for you, your family, and your budget. We want to make your life a little easier, worry-free, and healthier, because your health is everything. Be strong, be adventurous, and be amazing. Be Well. New Mexico's health insurance marketplace. Learn more at BeWellNM.com.
It's time for the 88th Annual Lee County Fair and Rodeo, August the 2nd through the 10th in Lovington. Come to the Lee County Fair for the greatest entertainment in New Mexico. August the 2nd, it's the annual Hispanic Heritage Celebration featuring Eric y su Grupo Mazore and Los Tigres del Norte. Tuesday, August the 6th, after PRCA Extreme Bulls, it's country legends, the Bellamy Brothers. Wednesday, August the 7th, Faith and Family Night featuring Casting Crown. Nobody but Jesus. Thursday, August the 8th, it's Tough Enough to Wear Pink Night with Joe DiMaria. Friday, August 9th, celebrate America's Heroes with Justin Moore.
This is my dirt.
And Saturday, for Volunteer Appreciation Night, it's country superstar Kane Brown. Baby, I swear I can feel it in the air. Log on to LeeCountyFair.net for tickets and more information. Don't miss the 88th Annual Lee County Fair and Rodeo, August the 2nd through the 10th in Lovington. 88 years of tradition.
Central Valley Electric is continually learning and advancing technology that improves electric service, reliability, and safety, and in turn enhancing the quality of life for members that we serve in our local communities. CVE offers an account management program called Smart Hub that allows members to track their usage, set up convenient pay methods, and the ability to manage their energy use with smart technologies. A secure system such as Smart Hub is an easy tool to use. To sign up, visit cvecoop.org and click Smart Hub to get started.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Turtles can breathe through their butts. We imagine you know some people who do that too, because that's where their heads reside. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 19 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Job Corps here in Roswell. Of course, we have Isaiah Baldonado, Vicki Gutierrez, Archie McKinnon, and Kendall Helmers joining us this morning. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
How are we all doing today?
Doing pretty good.
Good. Staying cool. I know that's a trickier thing to do this week, but
hot. Easier in the mornings.
It's a little easier right now. It's a good time to get things done now. By about 2 or 3 o'clock, you're like, all right, let's
forget it
down. So.
Exactly.
But first off, before we kind of get into everything here, let's kind of do the general. I think people have heard of Job Corps and may even have an inkling of what Job Corps is, but let's kind of give the background and tell folks what truly Job Corps is all about and what it does.
Well, for my take, Job Corps is a program that is designed to help youth from the ages of 16 to 24 get their high school diploma, driver's license, and trade experience in a variety of trades that the center provides. It's to help students who were struggling in school, or even students who have already completed school and have their high school diploma and didn't know what to do with their life and didn't really want to go through the fast food or retail area. They wanted to kind of get something more of a career-esque kind of deal. Job Corps is kind of designed to help students of all ranges and ages of that variety into being a successful adult in the future.
Yeah, that's the great thing about Job Corps and what, it creates a foundation for folks, whatever path you choose, and we're onto adulthood, so to speak. But people don't learn the same. And we always say, growing like my age growing up, it was kind of, all right, you go to school, you go to high school, you go to college, you get, this is how it goes. And not all paths, that's a great path. I'm not trying to take anything away from that path, but that is not the path for everyone. Some people don't respond that way. Some people don't learn that way. Mm-hmm. And where Job Corps comes in, it gives folks, okay, this was not for me. This is not sitting in the classroom doing this. It didn't resonate with me. The hands-on, the opportunity that Job Corps is putting in. And so it's really giving an opportunity to teach people a skill set, but also present it in a different way that maybe they didn't have success in the other way, or it just didn't resonate with them, or just don't have an interest.
Yeah.
Not everybody wants to go be a doctor, lawyer, this or that. Some people, and quite frankly, most of us, you want to, especially living in this day and age, skills, trades, things you can actually do and physically do are going to serve you very well.
That's the truth. And Mike, you said it was a great opportunity, and that's the biggest thing that Job Corps presents is the opportunity for the staff and the students.
Sure.
To have a head start on a future. Mm-hmm. That they may or may not have had the opportunity without Job Corps.
Sure.
So we have students, like Mr. B said, that come from all walks of life. Mm-hmm. Some that have no problem in school, just want to fast track to a career. Others that just, like you said, don't learn in the typical environment. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the challenges there, is the individual pace setting. Mm-hmm. That we jump on and focus on and make sure that every student has that opportunity.
Absolutely.
And the staff there, it's fantastic, because not all of the students, but a lot of our students, the staff embrace with the idea that we may be the first positive adult role models in their lives.
Sure.
And we don't take that lightly. It's a very high responsibility, and we let that drive us every day in everything that we do, whether it's from maintenance to the kitchen to finance to the RA staff in the dorms. Mm-hmm. We're changing tomorrow.
And it's so important that, like you said, because as staff, you have to earn the trust of the students here. When they come to Job Corps, like you said, they come from all walks of life, but generally speaking, some of the students that come through, this is a second chance, or this is first opportunity to not go as planned. And so there could be a lot of some kind of feelings a certain way about that. Maybe there's a lack of trust, a lack of, just what's the worth of this. And so as a staff, I mentioned that's kind of priority one is like, yes, we got to establish how we do life around here at Job Corps, but at the same time, you're establishing I trust. You're saying, look, I'm here to whatever path you want to do. I want to help you be that stepping stone to get there.
Exactly.
And sometimes, and like you said, people come from all, and some people are very accepting of it. Some people are like, why? And you gotta cut through some layers to get to the core here.
Breaking down those walls that a lot of the students come in with, and those inhibitions, the lack of trust, they don't create an environment that anyone can learn in.
Absolutely.
So that's one of our first steps, is to make the students feel welcome, to make them feel safe, secure.
Absolutely. And
I was just to chime in on that. I'm the one that actually faces that challenge quite often because I'm the CPP instructor. So I actually get to meet all the new students that come in.
First point of contact.
Exactly. Yeah. So I get to meet these students whenever they're on that 50-50, don't know if this is a real program that they were advertised before, and I got to show them all the pros and the cons that come with the facility. I can't be it can't be the most perfect program.
Sure.
However, what it is you are guaranteed to practically get your high school diploma and trade
Absolutely.
experience. Archer McKinnon here is actually one of my CPP mentors.
Okay.
So he's a role model student that we have who guides the newer youth that come into the program as well. And he's also on the Student Government Association
leading
as well.
by example here. You're
exactly.
The one that so let me ask you, what drew you to Job Corps? What was your personal motivations to be here?
I needed my high school diploma, and so basically I didn't really have any other choice.
Okay.
I failed in high school, and they said, this is the best option for you. It's quick. It's a quick program, so I decided to go for it.
Sure.
And now I'm painting. I'm getting my high school diploma and my driver's license.
Excellent. Now, how long have you been with Job Corps?
A few months now.
Okay, excellent. So you've got a lot done in a couple months here.
Yes, sir.
What's the average time that someone...
So the whole entire program is based around the own student space, so they all complete differently. But I would say the average length is anywhere from 6 to 8 months. Is pretty much a solid average.
Gotcha. And I imagine depending on the career path they go, the trade might require a little bit more
electrical wiring is a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm about to say there's a few more safety hazards with electricity than painting.
Yeah, correct.
I mean, you could fall, but really at the end of the day, you got a blue shirt. You still, you not have your hair this way.
Now, one of the nice things about the Job Corps program, once they do finish with a facility like ours, they have the option to pursue advanced training. Now, the advanced training programs are at other facilities.
Sure.
It's just the way the system is laid out.
Absolutely.
And they can just transfer from one facility to the next and then further the education in that particular field.
And go from workers to management in those, or the upper echelons of those fields.
Right,
yeah.
and really get them a solid opportunity for a walk-on in the career path that they're looking for.
Cool. So let me ask you, with your painting, and what's your kind of goals here? What are you hoping to do next with it?
I'm hoping to get a job in the field.
Okay.
If that doesn't work, then I'll go to college.
Good deal. Like, if you do go to college, any interest of study? What's your passions? What do you like?
I like driving, but
okay. Gotcha. What about like painting? Because obviously you're talking painting for construction things, but like painting personally, could you sit in a room with a brush and say, I want to create something here? Is that something that interests you too? I know it's way different type of painting, but maybe not.
Not really. More of the commercial type of painting. I'm mainly going to be specializing in drywall, sheetrock, tape and floating.
Of course, you could get artisany with that too, if you really want. Especially with painting, if you want to get techniques and textures and great and stuff. And then if you decide to ever get into tile work and stuff like that,
they teach you that over there too.
Yeah, tile work is. You could be a little Michelangelo over there with some of that if you got the creative and desire to do it. So.
You learn with painting. Basically, you'll learn indoor painting, exterior painting. You'll learn how to do texturing, drywall repair, a lot of stuff.
I bet you don't paint over that one coat and you still see it over the other one and think, that's good. I'm sure you got your...
No, we got to put a second coat. If you can see the previous coat, got to put a second coat.
I got to ask, is there a whole class on how make the straight line? Because that's my crap. I try to paint, I'm like, I swear I know how to do a straight line, but that ain't it. I don't know. I blame the drywall guy because I think he didn't make that line. But that's great that you're doing so. As I imagine now. I'm curious. You from Roswell? Is your area?
No, sir.
Okay, so you got to. So you kind of come. Just curious, what part of the area are you from?
Clovis.
Okay, very good. So is your goal to go back there? Or you want to kind of stay here and do?
I'm gonna
your
go
thing?
back there, settle down, get somewhere to live for a little bit. Then I'm probably gonna go live somewhere colder.
Excellent.
Preferably.
Yeah, you kind of want to. How does that affect paint? Like, is it going to be harder paint jobs in the colder weather, or I don't know? I think warmer weather dries quicker.
Depends on the weather, I think. I haven't learned about that much yet.
Yeah.
So,
well, then I imagine then you get into the chemistry of paints and the types of paints to use and all that good stuff. But very cool. So let's talk about some of the different, like obviously painting's one, but construction. I mean, talk about the different avenues that students can pursue career paths through Job Corps.
So as far as career paths go, there's 5 of them, and one is an entry-level job. They can go straight to work whenever they complete, and then we have a whole transition team that will help them find careers.
Okay.
Also find living areas as well, apartments.
Kind of help establish that foundation.
Correct. So it's not just like once they finish the program, off you go.
Good
It's
luck
like,
to you.
You still got a good month and a half with us on setting up a plan for yourself. We
Sure.
don't want to just throw you out there and then you're right back to where you started, just with more knowledge. So,
Exactly.
you know,
Give them
it's
the
not
tools
the plan.
to kind of, get their first setup and go. And who knows, maybe a year from now, they're getting promoted and, start a family and living life. So.
And then, of course, there's college. So we'll help them apply for FAFSA and anything else that they can qualify for to help them pay. Job Corps also helps pay for an extent of their college, primarily in the dorm section for them as well. And then we have an apprenticeship where they will be following a professional, kind of what they're already doing under their instructor.
Okay.
But in this case, they're going to be getting paid for their shadowing experience.
Okay.
And then in time, they are practically guaranteed the position once the professional person that they are following
Gotcha.
things
so it
are
kind of
ready.
makes them an apprentice, and by the time they're done, they'll be journeymen at that particular skill. Or whatever.
And then we have advanced training, which is equivalent to college. However, this is the one for Job Corps in particular. And that I could go all day on the advanced trainings that we have. There's a variety of them, but they're pretty much the same. Objective is to get them more certifications in their trade to help them increase the strength of the resume so they're more likely to get employed in the future.
Sure.
And then lastly, we have the military pathway. So we have a variety of military personnel come on center throughout each month to encourage the students, and if that's something that they're interested in, to swing that over as just a plan B, if not, just in case plan A doesn't work out. Military is always there as a plan B. It's never a bad idea to always have a plan C in your pocket if all fails. Always keep planning.
Military, as a guy that was in the military, I can tell you there's a lot of benefits to being in the military. And so, and to be honest, when it comes to the training and stuff and college and all of that, and that could be a real stepping stone for some. If you're going through Job Corps and you're saying, I want to be an aircraft mechanic, or I want to be, that's setting that transition into the military is pretty good, and then, that's a great thing to do that. And like you said, it's kind of wherever they want to go. And if they want to take this, no, I'm trying to get out mom and dad's house and get into my own pad and live my own life. Let's get you into the workforce. We're going to get you trained up as much as we can to get you there. But if you're saying, no, I want to use this as my springboard to college, to advanced degrees, to a more bigger job path, then I can use this as a springboard to get into the rooms that let me do those things.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's the big deal. When you talk about college and all this, it's like everybody could do this. You just got to get your stuff there to say, hey, welcome in. And Job Corps can really set you up if you've been having trouble getting the invite to the club, so to speak. This will help get your foot in that door.
Yeah, this program can be the biggest, best tool in anyone's box.
Sure.
And it's just up to the student to embrace it.
Sure.
Use it, and it can take them anywhere they want to go.
Yeah.
The Job Corps is ultimately a training program. It's not just driver's license, high school diploma,
life skills,
painting.
per se.
It's life skills.
Yeah.
It's social skills. It's discipline. It's diet. It's everything. Hygiene. Everything.
It's kind of that transition from youth to adulthood.
Exactly.
And helping that process.
And it's a lot that a lot of people take some of these things for granted because of where or how we were raised.
We just kind of expect,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know what? At the end of the day, not everybody, for example, knows how to read a tape measure because they just weren't brought up that way.
You never exposed one, just, why would you?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's things that a lot of people take for granted. That's what we make sure our students leave with.
Absolutely. And let's face it, life has changed a lot over the last 20. And when you were a child versus when you're a child today, things that you were automatic when we were younger are not automatic today, and so things slip through the cracks and things you expect people to know. It's like, well, why would they know? There's no need for them to know that unless this happens, and that never happens. So and that's we all got to remember that sometimes. It's like we all came from a different perspective and came into life from your fly on the wall perspective, and sometimes it's a little different.
Your parents, my parents, they taught us both dinosaur grooming. Well, they don't teach that anymore.
Yeah, exactly. How to saddle your dinosaur. Now it's all about internet. Just kidding. But and this is something we want to stress too, is that Job Corps, it's one of those things that the applicant has to put in their effort. It's basically, if the applicant is willing to come in and go put full effort into it, then the entire staff's going to meet them on the other side and pull them through. That's kind of one of these things. Job Corps is not going to be something for someone that if you're trying to convince them. This, if they're coming in kicking and screaming, they're probably not going to get the most out of this. They've got to accept the program. You've got to work the program. Because at the end of the day, and I'm going to guess for you, you were probably forced to push boundaries in times or put you out of your comfort zone sometimes, because
Absolutely.
That's part of the learning process. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And so, but because you're willing to take courage and say, I'm willing to do that, now you're reaping the benefits of that. But if you're not willing to do that from the beginning, you're probably going to have you're going to struggle. That's just the honest truth.
Right. Most of the students coming in understand that, okay, I need a change in my life. That's the easy part. Willing to take the necessary measures, to embrace the necessary tools to achieve that change, that's what separates.
Gotcha. Yeah,
that's what
absolutely.
separates them.
And that's really where the maturation process really starts.
Exactly.
Is that once they make that, okay, now I get it. This is what they're trying to do, and then you embrace it. And then once that happens, I imagine it gets easy. I mean, did you find that like once you kind of like everything just started lining up a little bit? Like, okay,
absolutely,
the puzzle pieces are starting to fit in the places now and starting to make sense.
Yeah, once you graduate from CPP, everything just kind of falls into place, and time flies.
Yeah,
like I started in March-ish, and next thing I know, it's July. I'm like, where did the time go? Sure. I'm excelling in academics. I'm excelling in trade.
That's great.
And it's thanks to my instructors.
I'm excited.
They've been helping me all along the way. They've been teaching me everything they know, and I'm very grateful for that.
Excellent. So so how much longer are you going to be here before you move on to your next step? Guesstimation, of course.
January to March of next year is my aim goal for graduation.
Excellent. And then you're off to mentor and do other, because I'm gonna take a stab that it kind of rubs off. Like you're gonna you're gonna lead by example. Some of your friends maybe might even see you and be like,
Before I came here, I wasn't into leadership. I wasn't into student government. None of that at all, because I never had the opportunities to have that. And now that I'm here, I can be a mentor. I can be student government. It's amazing.
Okay.
I can be in a leadership position, and I love it. It's so.
Who knows? Maybe you're a city councilor someday, or a mayor. You got real quiet.
I think your crowd went a little bit.
We'll focus on painting for now. Stick to the mayorship later on here.
Mike, I just wanted to let people know that we're located at 57 G Street. And again, our students range from 16 to 24. We have open enrollment.
Right now, so come on down and come see the facilities. Come learn more about the program.
We do tours daily, so if anybody's interested in a tour, please give us a call. You can call 575-347-7425 if you'd like a tour of the center. There's also a misconception. A lot of people think that we only offer GED, and that's not the case at all.
That's just one sliver of the pie. There.
Yeah, there's the GED high set, and also the high school diploma, which the majority of our students do aim for, is the actual high school diploma. As an admission representative, lately I've noticed I've been getting a lot of 21-year-olds applying, and when I ask, what drew them to Job Corps, they said they want their high school, and it ends up that they dropped out in 12th grade during distance learning with COVID.
Oh, the COVID, yeah. So you're starting to see kind of the COVID problems surface and needing to address those.
Correct. Yeah. There's 2 young ladies that applied last week that only need a semester to graduate from their high school. So what's cool is we'll take their transcripts from their high school, and then Penn Foster will accumulate the credits, and they'll basically pick up where they left off. So they don't have much to complete that high school diploma. Excellent. Of course, along with a trade completion.
Wow, and now you're kind of springboarding into the next. Like, all right, we'll get that taken care of. While we're at it, we're setting you up for the next thing. And that's the great thing about it. So
we have a 60th anniversary birthday celebration coming up. Mr. B has some more details on it.
Look
good for 60, by the
way. So the Job Corps program has been here for soon to be 60 years strong.
Wow.
And that is a very long time for helping the community. We are inviting the public to this event. We would like for our usual people that always come by, and even newcomers, to come by and come witness and celebrate the 60th anniversary for the Job Corps birthday. We're going to have kind of a variety of events here happening. We'll have hot dogs. We're going to have free lunch for everyone out there that comes by. I'm trying to think of the other vendors that we'll be having. Ms. Vicky, do you know of the possible folklorico that was happening?
There's talks about folklorico and mariachis, but I'm not 100% positive.
Somebody's going to be dancing somewhere.
Yeah, but I think it's from 10 to 2.
Correct.
Excellent. So come, obviously, tour the facility, see all. If you're looking to learn more about it, obviously, it's a great time to come visit. But if you just want to come, maybe you're an alum, maybe come for a visit, or if you're just gee whiz curious, or just want to come see, come hang out. If nothing else, you got free lunch.
And again, that was on August 16th.
Okay, so you're about 2 weeks here.
Correct. So. August 16th from 10 to 2.
And that's down on the south end at Job Corps.
57 G Street.
Yeah, and like I said, please take. And now, like you said, it's open enrollment, so you come in whenever you come in. It's not like, all right, you got to start in January for the next class or whatever it is. You come in wherever you're ready to go.
We take students in weekly.
Gotcha. So you can start next week if you want. You don't have to wait till August or.
Which is a pro, because a lot of people don't like being the new kid in school, but that title falls off so quick.
Sure,
because we get a whole new batch the very next week.
I was new kid for about 7 hours.
Every week, there's always new students. There could be 1, there could be 12, there could be 20. You never know.
Sure.
There's always there's a whole variety of different type of people, new students that you can be good friends with and have good friends for the rest of your life with.
Sure. And I imagine now, since you're kind of one of the KG veterans now, that you're kind of one of the welcome committee and kind of when the new members come, get them settled, get them acclimated to the environment, introduce them around.
That's what mentoring is, basically. With the mentoring program, we all work with Mr. B directly and the other instructor for CPP, and we basically show
Miss Palmera, shout out. Sorry. Go ahead.
And what we do is we greet the students, we take them to get everything situated, we help them in the dorms, we get them settled down with dorm life, and
in the lay of the land, so to speak.
Some of them are also off res too, so they come from at their home, they come to center in the mornings and they leave. But the students that are on center, we help them Like, what time's breakfast? What time do you have to go on break? What time is lunch? Stuff like that.
Sure.
And we're each building. So within the first week, we give them an entire tour of the campus.
Gotcha.
And the mentors also, they give tours to students who are who are most likely going to come to the center.
Gotcha. Prospective students.
Absolutely.
They get their steps in.
Oh, yeah.
They get their steps
There's
in.
lots of perks.
You will get exercise,
Absolutely.
whether you want it or not.
And what I really like about the summertime now is that the maintenance crew has made it a very beautiful center. The grass is coming
Good deal.
and all over
Hopefully
the
these
campus.
1-6s don't keep them keep where they can't keep up with the water.
It's a challenge.
Yeah.
It's green. It's pretty
That's
nice.
Right. We'll have to learn xeriscaping. Well, good. That's great. And so now you just by default, it's kind of you're learning. And again, this is some of the ancillary stuff that we talk about with Job Corps. You know, that's not a formal program, but how much leadership skills, how many of those life skills that you're accumulating through osmosis, basically, just by living and being in the moment, kind of thing. So that's awesome. That's so good for you. How's I'm just curious, like other family, have they kind of seen you and then and kind of, man, he's all different now. He's kind of getting a lot of that now.
I went home a few weeks back and they're all like, "You lost weight." I'm like, "Thank you." But
how's the food?
Decent.
Decent? All right. I was getting an honest opinion. He'll be honest on the food here, too. But
every day it's hit and miss, but most of the time it's pretty good food.
That's important. I know you can only run on your stomach.
Yeah.
Mike, that's one thing, too. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
We're a federal free program, so it's 100% free to go to Job Corps. We also give a stipend every 2 weeks.
Okay.
And if they obtain their high school and their trade at the center, they get $1,200 when they complete the program.
Wow. So not only money's not a problem, you can actually make money.
We pay you for the education.
Yeah, absolutely. Which obviously that's probably, because let's face it, if someone's coming in looking for life skills, they're not swimming in a pile full of cash. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't even be there. But another story for another day. But that's great. So please take advantage of this. What do you got to lose? If you're looking for an opportunity and you're between the ages of 16 and 24 and whatever you're doing is not working now, or you're just like, this is not exciting me. I want something that's more me. And
absolutely,
Job Corps might be that answer for you here. So, and like you said, it's pretty wide array of trainings and skills, whatever direction you want to go with. You know, even if you're aspiring to be a doctor or a lawyer someday, you can make this as your springboard to get to your training to do all that kind of stuff. Or if you're like, nope, I want to be an HVAC tech, or I want to be a construction worker, whatever it is you want to do. So,
one of the new advanced trainings that we have is to obtain their CDL. So they would use the Roswell Job Corps as a stepping stone to get to that CDL.
Excellent.
The only requirement is they'd have to be 20 and a half.
Okay.
That's because the license, I believe you have to be 21.
Gotcha. So 20 and 4 months, got to wait 2 months. But they'll be waiting for you, because last time I checked, if you have a CDL license, they're begging you to work. I've never seen unemployed CDL people unless they wanted to be unemployed. You know what I mean? They have no trouble finding work.
That's one of the nice things about the trade offerings that we have, and the Job Corps program as a whole. These training offerings they're studied, they're researched. So we offer them with confidence that once you complete,
you're in demand.
You're in demand, exactly.
Yep. You're not, great career fields in stamp collecting. It's like, great. No one wants that. Right. They want nurses, they want doctors, they want construction workers, they want welders, they want HVAC technicians, they want electricians, they want, that's it. And that's kind of at the beginning what I said. When we look at the paths that we all take and things, and there's nothing wrong with that traditional but that's not for everyone, not for a lot of people. And I get it. I'm one of these people. You sit there and lecture me and all this, I'm going to get glassy-eyed and be like, I'll retain maybe 10% of what you told me. But you put me in the room and put the thing in my hand and say, do this, and do this, I'm going to retain that. I'm going to remember that, and and that's how I absorb things. So I'm one of those people. I kind of, and I'm a good talker. I got a job in radio, but I wasn't exactly a scholar in school.
And every trade is hands-on. Every single trade, you've got electrical wiring, you have automotive, you have BCT, painting, even protective. Everyone is hands-on.
Absolutely.
Like within your first week, you'll be working.
And let me ask you this: what say you're doing this now, and then life takes you different area, and you end up being, I don't know, an accountant for a living. They can't take away the skills of the painting and everything. You can use that in your personal life or whatever you want to do with it. You can't take that skill set away from you.
There's no such thing as wasted time.
Exactly.
With Job Corps.
All the automotive. So you went for automotive and all that, and then you get a job as a lawyer. Well,
you have something to fall back on.
Still driving a car. You're still going to know how to work that.
That's right.
That's very handy.
And still, if you were to get like the traditional 16-year-old student that is still in high school and a 16-year-old who's in Job Corps, the one that is in Job Corps is more career-oriented and using terminology such as like my future and what I'm going to be doing here soon because their time there is limited, as opposed to a 16-year-old in high school who still has a good 2 years to go until he needs to worry about that 16-year-old. Already, it's like the students don't realize that they're already maturing so much quicker than they are until they're kind of completed with the program and they're already thinking of a career, what to do with their life, how to make money, understanding livable wages and conditions, and understanding what you're worth, most importantly, and what your talents are worth.
Adulting just hit them. What happened?
Well, we prep them for that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, most of us we fell in that world. We're like, parents kicked you out, and you finally said, "Yay!" They move out, and then you get there like, "Uh-oh, now what? I gotta pay. Oh, what's for dinner tonight? Oh, wait a minute, I gotta figure that one out. What am I? Oh, I need a bed. We all learn that the hard way. Sometimes.
Sneaks up on you fast. If you're not ready for it.
Absolutely. You take for granted all the things that your family provided for you once you have them. But that's great that you're getting this kind of leg up on it.
Yeah, it's a wonderful program, and I feel like people should take advantage of it.
Absolutely,
because for some people like me, it was a last chance, in a way. So this is a chance to get everything you need and start progressing in life.
Yeah, that's great. I'm happy for you. I really am happy for you. We're almost out of time here, so let's do like you said, we want to invite everyone out again on August 16th to our 60th birthday bash.
Correct.
So you could, which is an open house, and come for food, come to learn more about Job Corps, come for entertainment. We'll probably have some dancing and some stuff going on here. But big thing is we'd love to have you come visit, meet the staff, meet the facilities, meet all the people that are involved in making this great program go. What's the best way to get a hold of you guys? What's probably the most efficient way? Is it calling? Is it coming by? Is it?
I would say give us a call. That way we can set up a tour. We'll have a student mentor. Give us a tour. They're the best ones to. If you have questions about the program, because they live there, they can answer your questions. Our number is 575-347-7425. That's a great number to get a hold of the admission representative, which happens to be me.
Excellent. So you know that person. They're pretty good.
Yeah, pretty well.
Good deal. And I know you guys have the website too. It's like RoswellJobCorps.com or .gov? I think it is. And then you can go there and kind of, if you want to read about all the different education programs and kind of maybe do that first and then call and ask your more detail-oriented specific stuff there. But that'll give you a good general idea of all the different programs, age requirements, eligibility requirements, all of that kind of thing. So, and this is something too we need to tell people. This is not yes, this is for folks to help them get a spring, but this isn't like a Scared Straight or one of these type programs. Like sometimes people kind of think of this as like a last chance. No, this if you have a criminal past, it's fine, but you can't have open. There's certain rules and eligibilities there on your past and stuff. This isn't like something like your last chance before you go to jail type thing. I know some people kind of confuse Job Corps with that, and that's none of that. So if you're looking for that, that's a different type of program.
Yeah, the Job Corps is, and some people do have that misunderstanding as a last chance, and it's not it. Best chance, absolutely.
Yeah.
The best chance you have for a brighter future, absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, the experience, the training that you get there, you will take with you for the rest of your life.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is all positive. This is all building up and giving opportunity to people that, for whatever reason, it missed them the first time around.
Sometimes it's not easy being human.
Yeah, and sometimes the second time around. Absolutely. Or the third time around. Or 4 times the charm for some people, too. But absolutely. Well, is there anything we missed that we definitely wanted to get out there that we just skipped over or forgot to mention?
Nothing that I can think of, but
Vicky, I know you're kind of the keeper of the info here.
There is a little bit more perks that we didn't hit on. I mean, when they complete certain trades such as automotive, electrical, construction, painting, they get toolboxes that pertains to that certain trade.
Oh,
they
okay.
range between $250 to $350.
That's a very big
toolbox.
deal. Yeah. Because most mechanic on that side, they don't get jobs unless they come with a toolbox.
Well, we also get them up to $125 of interview attire. So they have, interview attire when they leave. We help them set up their portfolio with their resume. So they're ready and available for jobs when they come up.
Awesome.
We also provide free transportation. So if they're not from the Roswell area, if they're from Las Cruces, Clovis, Artesia, we will transport them to the center when they're approved to enroll.
Everything you need to succeed in getting that job.
We've got it covered.
You got to comb your own hair, though. Brush your own teeth.
We will remind you.
But they will remind you.
Another thing that they also do is once you say you're taking protective services, once you're finished with that, you can get a double certification, which means you can get approved. You can possibly get approved for taking a second trade.
Oh, okay.
So that's what my plan is at the moment.
So you'll be a jack of all trades.
But you could say take electrical and then
absolutely
take protective services.
Sure.
Or,
well, I mean, say you're a guy that wants to start your own contracting company.
There you go.
There's a lot of skill sets to have in your pocket when you start that
absolutely.
business. And more skills mean more jobs, which means more money, which means more good things. So, yeah, it's good stuff. Well, thank you guys very much, and we'll see you here. Maybe need to get you in every month or two just to kind of keep people, keep the radar on, and just keep reminding people that what's going on here. So, awesome! Congratulations to you, and
thank you, sir.
And pop in before you graduate. Tell us where you're doing next year before you gallivant back off to Clovis.
I'll make a stop by.
All right, very good. But thank you guys, I appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having us.
Anytime. It is 8:56. Quick break for news and a commercial or two to pay for lunch. Don't go away.
Now, your Pecos Valley news update. I'm Jared Cirillo. A reminder that sales tax-free weekend is this weekend in New Mexico, beginning Friday. The idea is to allow residents to save on sales tax ahead of kids going back to school. Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham says consumers can save the 8% sales tax on purchases through the weekend, and the Texas tax-free weekend then follows beginning Friday the 9th. Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham finally signed House Bill 1 Tuesday, which supplies Ruidoso with $100 million to help recover from fires and floods. This was the only bill to come out of the governor's special session held on July 18th. Lawmakers rejected all of the governor's public safety proposals, instead using the time to provide funding for recovery from the South Fork and Salt fires and the ensuing floods. The Mescalero Apache tribe will get $10 million alone. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Let's talk a little Goddard football. It wasn't quite the year that Goddard Rockets fans have come to expect from their football team last season, finishing 6-5 overall. That was good, but the distance between Goddard and the top two teams in district, Artesia and Roswell, was pretty noticeable. And then Goddard fell in their opening round game of the playoffs, 33-0 to Deming. That was a state quarterfinal game. Now, Goddard has lost several players from that team, all-state performers like running back John Silva, offensive lineman Blaze Dean, and Luis Ortiz, who was an all-state selection on both lines of the football. But the Rockets, among others, halfback Talon Payne. He was a second-team All-State player last year as a sophomore. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
Eastern New Mexico University is proud to announce our newest offering, a Master of Social Work degree. This 100% online affordable master's degree has 3 concentrations: clinical military, and children, youth, and families. This online master's degree is perfect for the working professional, as you can earn your degree on your own time with our flexible online courses. For more information, visit www.enmu.edu/MSW. Eastern New Mexico University, student success. That's what we're about.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Alaska is the only state name that can be typed on one row of keys. Go ahead and try typing the other 49 states. We'll wait. Here's Mike Winters.
And we're closing in on 9 o'clock. Town Hall News is coming up in just a few seconds here. Stay tuned next hour, around 9:15 or so. We're going to be joined by the folks from American Legion Post 61 family, get an update on what's happening there. Don't forget, if you miss any part of our interviews, you can always go back and check them out at your leisure. Just log on to ksvptv.com, click on the Mornings with Mike Winters channel. You'll find all of our interviews there. Don't forget also Chaves County, Eddy County Fairs. Those were last week. You can find all the livestock shows on demand, ksvptv.com. Just go to their respective channels. All right, it is 9 o'clock. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, or Roswell, New Mexico.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Some heavy financial turbulence is rocking the aerospace industry. Boeing, which is getting a new CEO next week, lost more than $1.4 billion in the second quarter. And Delta Airlines reports this month's global tech meltdown will cost it $500 million. Hamas and Iran blame Israel for the assassination of a high-ranking terrorist leader and vow to avenge his death. Ismail Haniyeh died in an airstrike on a house in Tehran. In Jerusalem, the BBC's Yolande Nell says Israel is not commenting.
It's unclear as yet what effect this will have on the course of the war in Gaza. But Ismail Haniyeh had been overseeing talks on a new ceasefire and hostage release deal.
The Biden administration is buying high.
The move to purchase more than 4.6 million barrels of crude by the Department of Energy is an attempt to refill the emergency stockpile that was drained by the Biden administration. Prior to the midterm elections in 2022, the Biden administration released more than 180 million barrels of oil in an effort to lower high prices after the Russian invasion of Ukraine. As of July 19th, the South Louisiana Reserve had about 374 million barrels of oil. Tasha Stevens reporting.
The Fifth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals has a floating barrier in the Rio Grande. It's meant to discourage people from trying to cross from Mexico into Texas and stay in place for now. Installed by the state of Texas, it's being challenged by the Biden administration. Kari Lake has won the Republican nomination for U.S. Senate in Arizona. Lake and Democrat Congressman Ruben Gallego vying for a seat could prove crucial to deciding control of the U.S. Senate. Stocks rallying this morning on Wall Street with the Dow up 145 points, the Nasdaq 415 points higher. It's a gain of close to 2.5%. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
On smoking in Indonesia.
The government's trying to reduce smoking by making it tougher to buy cigarettes, especially for young people. The minimum purchase age will rise from 18 to 21. The sale of single cigarettes is also banned in hopes of eliminating the method which children as young as 10 use to buy tobacco. A host of other measures will also come into play, including reducing cigarette advertising and sales near schools. But the tobacco industry is still very powerful inside Indonesia, and anti-smoking activists question if the new laws will be enforced.
The BBC's Celia Hatton. The Olympic triathlons are underway after days of delays and uncertainty over water quality concerns in the Seine River. Organizers say the latest tests of the famed Paris waterway show compliance with water quality standards. News and analysis at townhall.com. The bank account of Facebook's parent company takes a hit again.
Texas Attorney General says Meta's $1.4 billion settlement with the state over claims that the tech giant used biometric data of users without their permission is the largest secured by a single state. In 2021, a judge approved a $650 million settlement with the company formerly known as Facebook over similar claims. Meta says in a statement the company is pleased to resolve the matter. In 2019, Facebook stopped automatically recognizing people in photos and suggesting people tag them, and instead of making that the default, asked users to choose if they wanted to use its facial recognition feature. I'm Julie Walker.
Following a two-day meeting later today, the Federal Reserve will announce its latest decision on interest rates. Most economists expect the Fed to leave rates where they are. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres invierno.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I wish it were Friday.
Don't we all?
But it's
don't
not.
We all? Well,
It is
the
Wednesday.
kids don't.
Oh, yeah.
Kids
don't.
sure don't.
Although, everyone I hear, like, from the outside, I'm not sure I did it, but everyone on the inside loves it. And it's what I'm talking about is kids going back to school tomorrow, and they literally go back for like a day or two,
right?
And then they got the weekend off, and then kind of start next week.
It works great for teachers and administrators because it gives them a chance to kind of get kids acclimated to things,
kind of thing, yeah.
and then start fresh on Monday. But for parents, it really does mess with our routine because we're trying to build a routine set.
And it needs to start on a Monday.
It needs to start on a Monday.
Because that's just how society works.
Right.
Yeah, I get you. So in my head, the same way. But like my wife loves this. It's like, oh, this is great. I got it too. And then they send them home. And then they're right back.
It's like having a little mini vacation after your vacation.
So, that's how it goes.
I will say that is, if you think about it, that is sort of the best way to do it because when you go on a vacation, however long it is, when you come back from that vacation, you're tired, you're worn out. You just kind of wish you had a vacation from your vacation.
Right.
Boom. 2 days off.
There you go.
It's a genius maneuver.
See, in the form of the whole thing, I'm down with it. I guess it just seems not the most productive way, but I may not be the expert on that one, so I don't know. I'm just a dumb DJ. Happy Wednesday. Hope everyone's having a good final day of summer for these kids before they head back tomorrow. Teachers are already back in the grind and everything else. I know they're having the big, I guess, welcome reception, for lack of a better term, at the RASD.
That, I believe, is
convention center.
We all got the robocall and text last night, 3 to 6, I believe. Yeah. Today at the convention center, 3 to 7, free food, backpacks, and school supplies. Community resources available to get information for your family. And Dr. Rebecca Palacios, a bilingual speaker from New Mexico State University, will be presenting on how to be your child's best teacher. That's going to be happening at 1 p.m., 3 p.m., and 6 p.m.
Okay.
So there you go.
Child's best teacher.
How to help teachers outside of the classroom by continuing what they're doing.
Okay.
And that's something that
I was just trying to take that sentence and study it.
Well, it's something that I've always kind of strived for with my kids. With Rhiannon having her IEPs, she always had teachers, but she had a team, and I was really used to working with that team. And every time we would meet for an IEP or for whatever, the last question I would ask is, what can I do personally at home to help continue what you guys are doing here? Because as soon as they leave school, they get into a different pattern,
Absolutely.
they get into a different mode.
Yeah.
And the best thing you can do is continue that onslaught, for lack of a better term, as they get home.
Stay the course.
That's right. Stay the course. 1,000 points a lot.
Hold.
So, but that is 3 to 7 p.m. at the convention center.
All right. So, a movie that I didn't see in theaters that I've been trying to track down and I'm too cheap to pay for. I finally find out when I can watch it for free.
Okay.
I've been wanting to see the movie The Bike Riders.
I've heard good things about that movie.
It stars I can't remember the actor's name, but he's one of the main kids from the Masters of the Air show that was on Apple Plus. The Band of Brothers show about the air, but I can't remember the guy's name.
Trying to find the.
But it's him and Hardy. Yes. Tom Hardy is the other.
Austin Butler.
Austin Butler, thank you. That's his name.
The main kid.
He's also in Dune 2.
Tom
Revenge
Hardy
of the
plays
Boogaloo.
Johnny. It also stars Norman Reedus.
Oh, is he in it?
He's in it.
From Walking Dead? That
Yep.
makes sense. He's a biker type in that.
Michael Shannon.
Okay.
Trying to see if any other big names.
Shannon's kind of an enigma guy.
He kind of is, yeah.
He plays a good creepo.
That's pretty much everybody you would generally know, I think.
Yeah. Or government agent. He plays a good government agent too, Michael Shannon. But he plays a good kind of a creepy dude. Like not intentionally creepy, just creepy in a
Oh yeah, no, that's just it's like Crispin Glover.
Yeah.
That dude, he's sort of, I mean, God help him. Just the way he's built, the thinness of his skin, he's sort of always going to be that one character.
Yeah, he's got a Slender Man look to him.
He really
like
does.
He should be in the woods. Yeah.
Like, in fairness, he leans way into it, making movies like that rap movie he made.
Sure, yeah.
But
I haven't seen him in a minute. Does he look relatively young still, or is
that's a great question.
Yeah, I haven't seen him since really what, early 2000s or something. Like
it's been
that Charlie's Angels movie he did or something. I don't think I've seen him really since then.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Not Doors.
Oh, okay. That was earlier though, wasn't it?
Well, I don't know.
Charlie's Angels was like early 2000s.
I never saw that.
He actually looks a lot better now, but more
And then I remember
picturesque.
him from Back to the Future.
Right.
You know.
But he still has those very thin features.
Which, by the way, he's only in the very first Back to the Future. Crispin Glover is.
Yeah, that's right. He was only in the first one.
Matter of fact, in the second one, they
just
you
used
barely
his-
see him,
yeah, but-
and they used a
yeah,
double or
yeah.
whatever. It's not really him.
Well, they also reused footage.
Yeah. They also, because Elizabeth Shue was not the original girlfriend of Marty McFly, and so they had to superimpose her into that final scene,
right,
to make Back to the Future 2 make sense. Because and for a hot minute, I remember, like when that came out, I was like, the girl from the Karate Kid was in. I remember
Right.
like when that happened, I was like, was she in the first Back to the? No, it was because they didn't really tell you. It was just almost like the soap operas. The part of Luann today will be played by Buff Stu. It was almost like one of those.
I gotta say, they pulled that on us on Shameless.
Let me remind me.
A spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't watched Shameless. In season 4, going into season 5, as Fiona, the big sister, is getting off on probation,
yes,
she starts working at a diner. Mm-hmm. The last episode is basically her starting work at this diner, where the guy that played her boss was the dude that played what's his face from Walking Dead. What's his name? The guy with the bat. What was his name?
Negan.
Negan. Yeah, it was Negan.
I can't remember his real name.
But then cut to the beginning of season 5, it's some other dude entirely.
Huh.
And I'm just supposed to sit here and believe that guy was that. It's like, no. Sorry. Can't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining.
Negan's in the latest season of The Boys, by the way.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
It's pretty good. I've watched it all.
Need to check it out.
It's not as bad as the Atlas Shrugged trilogy, where they changed actors every movie.
Oh, yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, and there's an obscure Big Bang one too. A couple of Big Bang Theory obscure ones, like Amy Farrah Fowler's mom. There's an episode where they have Amy Farrah Fowler and Sheldon FaceTiming her mom, talking about their date, and it was some actress, older lady, playing his mom.
Right.
Well, 3 or 4 seasons later, when they need the mom, actually, it turns out Kathy Bates is her mom. So it's Kathy Bates and Teller from Penn and Teller.
Oh, okay.
Teller's her dad.
It's not.
And Teller talks.
Really?
Teller talked real good.
He talked real. I've actually heard him in interviews, and
I saw Teller in Las Vegas. He spoke after the show.
After the show? Oh, yeah. Teller talked during that.
Got to maintain that kayfabe during the show, for sure.
Now, granted, he probably said 6 lines in the whole show, but he did speak.
Actually, there's some videos you can find online where
of him talking.
Because Teller's I think he's like a professor or something.
Yeah,
like
he's
that.
not stupid. He's genius.
And he's got some talks out there that you can listen to. I mean, it's hard to watch him talk because you're like, wait a minute,
I'm so used to him not doing it.
Being mute.
Honestly, the guy can't. The guy won't shut up.
I guess that's how. I guess that's how fans of the silent films felt.
Right?
Oh, when I went to talk.
Yeah, when I went to talkies.
They're all like, "That's what Charlie Chaplin sounds like."
I've heard rumors that certain people didn't make the transition to talkies because their voice was so god-awful.
That's very true. Imagine it's very true.
Well, I remember David Prowse when he got cast for Darth Vader. They had to overdub his voice with James Earl Jones because he sounded like a squeaky toy.
He sounded like the squeaky voice teen from The Simpsons.
Like, you're 6'7", but great. You sound like
Mr. Kenobi.
Or was it Adults or whatever? Grown-ups.
Grown-ups.
Where they're at the pool and the big muscle Canadian goes and he goes up to the lady. How you doing, ladies? You're like, whoa. But anyway. Let me give you the rundown.
Yes.
Hour of the show. We'll get you up to date with the weather here in just a few. Spoiler alert, it's going to suck. It's hot. And then later on, we're going to be joined here by the folks from American Legion Post 61 family. Jen and Lee are back with us. Give us an update what's happening there.
I'm already here.
That's right. Both are here. Jen
Technically.
Yeah. He was here an hour ago. Just kidding.
No, I
wasn't. He was here last hour. There you go. He got here about 9 o'clock. But anyway, so we'll get an update from Jen and Lee here on Legion Business. Later on in the hour, we'll get you up to date with news of the local variety along with your Wall Street business update and whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show. But first, the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. About 105 for the afternoon high today. Sunshine, and we do have a slim chance of a late-day shower or thunderstorm. Maybe a shower overnight, but rain chances are fairly low. We'll have clouds and mid-70s, and then more heat coming up on Thursday. 100 to 105 and sunny. We'll stay right around 100 on Friday and all the way through the upcoming weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, you know what? This is not the freshest weather. Let me refresh. So there we go. That's much fresher. Smells like freshness. All right, 85 currently here in Roswell. Humidity is at 50% with winds not available. Guess someone kicked the wind machine down at the airport. We do have a heat advisory right now. That's in effect. Will take effect at noon today, remaining in effect through 8 p.m. this evening. Sunny, hot 106 today for a high. Winds out of the southeast, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight with an overnight low of 75. West winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, another sunny, hot day, 106. Once again, our high. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, 72 for an overnight low. Southeast winds 5 to 10. Friday, sunny, 101. 5 degrees cooler. Does it matter? I don't know. It's 101. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday night, partly cloudy, 71 for an overnight low. And then for the weekend, they're saying there's a 20% chance for afternoon showers and thunderstorms Saturday night and into Saturday night. But 101 for a high on Saturday. Sunday, we're looking at sunny and a high of 98. So we'll see. Maybe a little bit of rain. Of course, I thought it was going to rain for a minute yesterday, and it didn't. And then earlier in the week, they were saying like Thursday into Friday we might get some, and that all disappeared. So who knows? Maybe Saturday. All right, 19 minutes after 9 o'clock, we're going to take a quick 2-minute break, and then we're going to talk American Legion Post 61 business on the other side. Don't go away.
Attention Roswell and surrounding areas. Don't miss the final days of the summer sales event at the all-new Roswell Ford, where you can upgrade to a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle for a lot less. We're making one final push from now till month's end to beat our sales goal of 58 new Fords and quality pre-owned vehicles. We still have 27 left to go, so we'll do whatever it takes to make a deal. Upside down in your loan or stuck in your lease, Roswell Ford wants to get you released, even if you owe thousands more than your trade is worth. Right now, get huge savings with rates as low as 0% for 66 months. Plus, we have a great selection of low-mileage, one-owner pre-owned vehicles, all in prime condition, starting at just $10,000. Don't settle for a low-quality, overpriced clunker. Buy a quality pre-owned vehicle from Roswell Ford for a lot less. Roswell Ford has partnered with the most aggressive lenders that will push to approve you today, even with bad or no credit. Lower prices, exceptional trade-in values, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford with new management and a whole new attitude. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell, or online at roswellford.com. $15.15 per thousand financed on select new Ford models with approved
Farm
credit.
and Ranch Candle Company is now open in Roswell. Farm and Ranch Candle Company is the home of the best smells in Roswell. Slow, clean-burning candles with no paraffin, low soot, no nonsense. You can make your own candles at the Walk-In Candle Bar and visit the Mega Station to stock up on Trump tumblers, t-shirts, and more. Plus bridal and baby shower handcrafted gifts, handmade steel furniture, and more. And a portion of sales goes to the Working Ranch Cowboy Association. Farm and Ranch Candle Company, now open at 117 East 2nd in Roswell, where Patriots shop.
Maybe your AC unit needs a little loving care. If you don't know where to turn, then you don't know Jack. In fact, they're downright funky. Let the boys at Fergie's Plumbing and Heating get your AC unit ice cold, just like some of my lady friends. Don't let any fool make you lose your cool. Fergie's Plumbing and Heating. If you don't know Fergie, then you don't know Jack. 632-2660.
Playing dance music can help ward off mosquitoes. Now you have a reason to invite Pitbull to your next pool party. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 22 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, now officially, in official capacity, we have Commander Lee and Auxiliary President Jen from our American Legion Post 61 family joining us this morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. How, white man?
How's life in, well, are you not burning up? You staying cool? I know it's really hard.
I got my air conditioner cranked up to max at the house.
Yeah. I think everybody else does too, and that's
why the power keeps going.
Yeah, we're gonna have those brownouts, but yeah, It is just stay cool. Keep doing cool. But of course, American Legion post 61 family. It's the summer months, but been pretty busy. Of course, kind of one of their busiest things right now is Farmers Market. Now that
for sure.
UFO Festival is coming past for 2024. Right after that, the Farmers Market every Saturday morning through. They usually go into September, sometimes October. Just depends on crops and things. But every Saturday morning on the Chaves County Courthouse lawn. Man, I can't get none now.
Corny lawn?
The corny lawn.
Well, we could set up some cornhole.
Yeah.
But yeah, so beginning at 7 in the morning, they open up the farmers market, goes till about 11. I always recommend if you're there for the produce and for that stuff, be there closer to 7 than 11 because the selection is way better at 7 than it is at 11.
Very true.
But our American Legion family, once again this year, is out at Farmers Market. So we got our sweets, treats, and things for you.
Yeah, they clipped our wings this year. I'm not allowed to roll around and sell my goodies.
You must seek the lead.
I must wait for people to come to us.
Now you have to covet it more. You have to go on the quest. You have to take the quest to find the lead to get the brownie.
With this change, our revenue dropped about 20%.
Yeah, it's not a good thing.
It really cut into us, and
so take the quest. Get on there, and all those folks that have been jiving and jonesing for cookies and brownies and all those.
We have them. You just have to come to us now. Yep.
I tried to sell a cookie to a girl the other day, and she said that she only will eat the puff pastries, which was kind of a new thing this year. And I said, "Oh, so you got brand loyalty?"
Ooh.
What it is. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I'll admit to.
And
is that like a popover or something?
We have additional chefs this year, so Joy is not the only one cooking cookies this year.
Ooh, so we got a Chez Roulette.
We actually have a chef from Nimi.
Ah, yes, she is. She gets paid to cook.
Mm-hmm.
So she knows what she's doing.
She does.
People give her money to cook food.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, we're there every Saturday, and we're not pushing just sweets and treats. We also have membership opportunities and volunteering and information.
Surprisingly, we've had people walking up and joining.
We'd love to. Yeah, we're always looking for more folks to be Legionnaires or auxiliary members or a son. If you, and as we say this if you've served in the military actively and pretty much since any time since Pearl Harbor, and you weren't, dishonorably discharged, you're qualified for Legion service.
And if your parents served anytime, either World War I or World War II and beyond, or grandparents, you can be sons of the American Legion if you happen to have your sex organs on the outside of your body. If they're on the inside, then of course you can be a spouse or an auxiliary member, or if you're a female veteran, you can also be an auxiliary member.
Son is the only one that's exclusive to son, to male, the male descendant. But the auxiliary is open to males, females, as is our Legionnaires, obviously, because the veteran can be.
And our sons are really thriving right now. I mean, we've got lots of cash, which is unusual for the sons at any time.
Right.
They've been raising money, and then I know Robert is planning on starting some pancake breakfast really
are
soon.
Coming back, yeah.
I'm looking
That's
going to
be down
really
at the new post, 605 East 2nd.
We got to do a little bit more polishing first before we can start serving pancakes. But we're getting there.
No, we're going to be able to do it. It's going to be an outdoor pancake venue for right now, but. The other thing, too, is I know Don's getting ready to pour concrete down there. So
all right.
I'm not sure when that's going to happen, but it's going to be soon. We're going to get that little building up and running hopefully by the end of September. It may bleed over a little bit into October, but then we'll actually have the office down there.
Right.
And, this is, if you're not familiar, our American Legion Post 61 family has gotten a new home. It's going to be on East 2nd there.
605 East 2nd.
Directly across from the farmers there on East 2nd.
Yeah, it used to be Toyo Tires.
Yeah, and so that Toyo Tire building is actually going to be our hall. And then there's a smaller building right next door.
I guess it used to be a bank or something.
Yeah.
A drive-up bank or
and
something.
that'll be part of our Legion offices and things. But ultimately, for the public's knowledge, that is going to be the offices for Memory Lawn Cemetery. So if you got business at Memory Lawn, you'll handle it there at that facility.
Yeah, and for all you bad people out there, we will not be keeping cash on the premises.
That's right.
Just so you know.
That's right.
Yes.
We buried in the cemetery.
We buried in the cemetery. Yeah, and that brings up another point. Cemetery business apparently is booming because we've sold more in the last 2 months out there at that cemetery.
And there's a lot of
they've done in
activity
years.
Yeah.
And I remember when Deborah brought this venture to us, she says, yeah, on average, it's about 1 or 2 burials a month. We've been blowing the doors off of that.
1 or 2 a week right now.
And for a while there, it was getting really busy. And
I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah, it's kind of
people are
good
dying
in
to get in.
some ways, but in others, it's like that's
business
sad.
is good. Question mark.
I mean, when I have the sexton texting me saying, "Hey, can we bury more than one person in a plot?" I'm like, "Well, these are just questions I wasn't prepared to field."
We got a line of them.
Apparently, in Texas, you can get up to 6 in one little plot. I'm like, how would you do that?
They're efficient there.
I guess you got to dig
it's a
down
bigger
about.
plot. Everything's bigger in Texas.
You got to dig 40 feet down or something. You know.
I guess if you hit oil, then all right, 6 will fit.
Well, I know we're always fundraising for Memory Lawn because eventually we would like to do the irrigation system.
That is the big expense there. It's hundreds of thousands of dollars to get that done, and we're trying to work towards that, and it desperately needs it. And really, that is the linchpin to keeping and maintaining the
we need
the
about
vegetation out there.
$100,000 is what we need, and we've been asking the public, but we've got a lady up in I think she's in Santa Fe. She donates a couple $1,000s a year, but that's about it. That's
kind of the
really
major
the total donations that we're getting out there, and then of course we're not profit, so I sell a plot or I sell a open and close. I'm not making any money because I got to turn around and pay the guy to dig the hole. So
there are expenses to burying somebody.
There
is. And that eats up most of the cost of burying for someone in the ground.
And no offense, I get a lot of people asking for discounts. It's like,
we're barely making.
I'm making $1.50 here, and you want me to discount it even more?
Yeah, we're not in the money making business here on this.
No,
we're not.
We do make a small exception for veterans because we're American Legion, but the majority of it, I mean, we're at bare bone. We're at bare bone. No, even then, you go to them. We have the same prices as South Park and McBride. We charge exactly the same.
Sure, but I mean, like. Well, saying was the funeral home for the services expenses. That's where you need to cut corners. I mean, there's no money to be made or spent on the whole thing.
I don't want to.
And I have no idea. I'm just saying, if people looking for discounts, coming to the cemetery is probably not going to get you much luck.
You talk to people from LaGrone or whatever, they'll tell you, or Ballard.
Yeah,
they got expenses too.
Absolutely.
I mean, and the death business isn't getting any cheaper.
Nope.
And it doesn't seem to be running out of customers anytime soon. So
Never will.
I just was not prepared, I guess, for the onslaught.
Sure. We thought it'd be slower. We thought it'd be like once a month or twice a month. Oh,
we thought this would be 20% of our life. It's more like 85 to 90. So, but I'm not complaining. We are performing a public service, and we do enjoy doing community service.
But understand that those burials and everything aren't even going to remotely cover the cost of upkeep and maintenance or any of the things that are needed out there at Memory Lawn.
No, it just covers the cost of the burial
itself. It just covers the cost, the hole, and putting the person in the ground and covering the hole.
I hate to put it quite this way, but it cost me $100 a hole to dig a hole. Mm-hmm. So I mean, anytime we put a hole in the ground, it doesn't really matter.
And it's not really even that cheaper if it's like say you're burying a cremation urn or a casket. It really doesn't matter. It's equally expensive.
Yeah, I think we charge, if I remember the pricing schedule, $500 for cremains and $600 for a casket. The cremains takes about an hour to dig the hole. A casket takes closer to 2. So you're looking at 50% of the cost right there.
You don't pay by the inch or by the
No.
By the pound or whatever it is, I guess. It's just
and these are
pay by the whole.
questions nobody thinks to ask.
Sure. But it makes sense though, because I'm thinking, all right, bigger hole, more money, little hole, less money. But that's not always the case.
I was talking to an undertaker in Texas, and they're of course backed and funded by the county and stuff like that, and they're still barely, eke and buy, and their prices are the same as ours. So.
Interesting.
It's crazy talk, but enough death talk.
I'm about to say, but if
moving on,
you need help services there. We've got.
We do
people
perform these services, but let's move on. So we did Galacticon.
Yes, how'd that go with the books and everything?
Well, I sold all the books that I had, but then again, Amazon.
You didn't have many books.
Amazon didn't deliver.
They didn't deliver,
So I had to sell the ones that I had on hand, but people come by and buy them, and then a couple people bought some at farmers market, which I had no intention of selling my books at farmers market, and somebody bought
people know you and know where to find you, and they say, this is what I want.
That's what happened. I'm not even bringing books to farmers market now because I don't want Main Street Roswell to think that I'm doing retail sales out of it, because I'm not,
Hey, you're just meeting the demands of your customers.
Okay.
That's all you're doing.
But that was interesting. And then, of course, we had July 4th. We had a barbecue down at the post.
At our Legion post. And
that went really well.
Yeah, had quite a few visitors, too.
We did. We had a lot of visitors.
But if you left hungry, it's kind of your own fault.
We got new members and everything off of that. It was wonderful.
Yeah,
I mean, the
nice.
community came together, and
they could just put 4th of July in like a cooler time of the year. If they could
Wouldn't
just
that
figure
be
out
nice?
what they, why can we have it in September? Summer is a little cooler.
well, next year we'll be able to do it indoors. So
That's true.
We'll have like heavy duty air
Conditioning and stuff would be
conditioning.
nice.
But
That would,
but if we're picking, I'm like, can we win our independence in the fall? The weather's nicer.
Yeah.
So we had to push our monthly meeting from the 4th to the 11th. And then the executive board met and approved 2 scholarships. So
excellent.
We're awarding 2 scholarships. Both of them, I believe, are out of Portales. And then I have a third one on my radar that we'll be looking at on Thursday this week. Well, that's tomorrow. Yeah. We'll be looking at it tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I don't see any reason why that's not going to sell through. That's a repeat customer. She's a doctor out in Pennsylvania, I think it is. So
just continuing education.
Yeah, and every 2 years you can reapply for the Norman E. Harpole
So can other
Scholarship.
people too. We encourage you to do that. We would love to make it a competition. That's
But if this one gets approved on Thursday, I only have one left this year. So get your application in for your fall semester. Like right now, it's $2,500. I mean, if you don't want the money, I guess that's fine. But
so hard giving away free money.
I know.
You wouldn't think so, but it is. Yeah, amazing.
But see, I'm supposed to mandate it. I'm supposed to give away 4 of these a year.
Sure.
And this past year has been a dry spell. Nobody seems to want the money.
Well, I'm glad
and
to see
then
that.
suddenly I got 3. I mean, if I could fill up
That's
one
how it
more
works.
slot, and then I could
Easter famine. That's kind
get ready for next year. So
well, it's glad that that's happening, but we do have one more left. So please go to our website, Roswell Legion.
And don't worry about the 2022 number on
Yeah.
there. We did away with all of the requirements for time frame.
Yeah.
You apply.
Open enrollment.
We will. Yeah, it's open enrollment all the time. We'll call your university or college or trade school or whatever it is, and we will make arrangements with financial aid.
Which helps you because not all classes start in the fall or the spring or the
That's
summer
very
for
true.
that matter. Sometimes they
yeah,
start
we tried
midterm,
that
mid-thing.
date thing, and it didn't work out so well.
But like Eastern, I know they offer several like mid semester courses where you can pick it up in the middle of the course.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the new world we live in for college. Everything's a la carte on demand now. Your television, your schooling, everything's like.
Well, you can do it online for most things.
Tomorrow
Absolutely.
night, if you want to drop by, 6 p.m., Chamber of Commerce will be having our regular meeting.
One of the weird few times where our monthly visit on the radio is the day before the first Thursday of the month.
It's just really weird.
It's really interesting.
So we're on for the July month meeting, but we're actually tomorrow is the 1st of August, which is the first Thursday of the month is our American Legion meeting night. So it just happens to be the first this time. So tomorrow night beginning at 6 p.m., We will have our Legionnaires meeting and family meeting. Legionnaires, Auxiliary, and Sons all meet together.
Yeah, we're small enough still that we can all meet together.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to have the problem where we have to have separate meeting times again.
That time will come. And then we have the space to do it. That's the other thing.
We're up to almost, Legionnaires-wise, we're at 39 members, so this is great. I mean, our plan was to be only at about 22 at this time, so we're really
exceeding expectations,
despite the fact that we raised our dues this year. I got more people renewing right off the bat than I have had in years.
With the way the world's inflation's going, I think people just expect everything's more
and
expensive.
Then August is going to be kind of
probably.
Suns month for us. We're going to be pushing Suns really hard.
Okay.
Because the end of August, the 21st of August, is that right?
23rd to the 29th.
23rd to the 29th. We're going to, 23rd really to the 25th is the Suns meetings down in New Orleans.
New Orleans, huh?
And one of our own, Joseph Navarrete, he's out of Squadron 72 in Albuquerque.
Albuquerque. I was like, is it rearranged?
Yeah,
No,
it's Albuquerque.
Okay.
He's going to be our national Suns commander.
Yeah.
First one ever to come out of New Mexico.
First one ever out of New Mexico.
Yeah, and so that he'll officially take office in New Orleans.
Right, he will be
August.
coronated on, I think it's the 23rd or something like that, or whatever that Sunday is.
You get beads since it's in New
I'm
Orleans.
sure he gets something. I know once that happens, then his whirlwind starts.
Yeah,
he's gotta he's got to
continue.
go to almost every state, and he's got to go.
He's going to go overseas and all
He's
that
gotta go
frequent
stuff.
flyer miles.
Yeah.
Points awarded here.
Yeah, he's been working hard, but it's pretty cool because he's the first one out of New Mexico for the national office.
Yeah, it's
And
a big deal.
It is. It really is. And his mom, about 12, 14 years ago, was the national president for the auxiliary.
Yeah.
And that's the first time that's ever happened. So it's cool.
It's in the genes.
Yeah, New Mexico's making history.
Yeah,
We were supposed to have a national commander for the American Legion come out of New Mexico, but he
That didn't work out.
He didn't work
So.
out. He decided to do some things that most people don't approve of, and suddenly he got tainted, and
He was
now
not-
it's like, no, you're never going to be national commander.
You will not
Thank
be
you very
seen
much.
as that person.
No.
It happens.
But you see his picture all the time on legion.org.
Yeah.
But that's kind of funny. So eventually we'll probably have a national commander come out of New Mexico, but I don't think it's going to be
Anytime in the near future.
Well, it cycles. It goes from different areas of the country so that each set of states has an opportunity
Sure.
to put forth a candidate.
One I would imagine.
With the exception of one year where they said, well, we have to have a woman commander of the American Legion before we reached 100 years. And so they pushed everybody aside and put a lady in just to make sure they could say that we had one.
I get what you're trying to break ceilings and all that, but when it doesn't happen organically, it doesn't seem legit to me. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like
I feel like
you accomplished the
we're
thing you're
pressing
trying to
I
accomplish.
feel like we're pressing into politics here, but
Yeah.
to me, qualification to do your job is the number one priority. I
For most
really
people,
don't
that's what they
care.
look at, yeah.
I really don't care where your sex organs are. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what God you worship or not worship. I
Can you
don't
do
care
the
about
job?
any of that stuff. Can you do the job?
And will you do the job? All right, then you're exactly right. And I think most
see how
people
that's-
think that way.
I don't see how that's political. You know,
I
when
just-
I go see a doctor, I want the best doctor possible. I don't want somebody that, you know.
Well, it's the battle of all inclusion, but I'm special at the same time. It's that. It's the fighting of that.
Yes.
Everybody's special, but we want to include everybody. And are you either special or inclusive? What are we talking here, Harry? And so people can't decide.
And I think it's funny is the people that push for this stuff.
Yeah.
Push comes to shove. If they have to go see a doctor, they're going to go pay for the best, most qualified doctor, not.
Yeah.
whoever they foisted on us.
I'm going to that doctor because they're a woman or they're a man or they're color X.
I don't ever hear anybody say that.
I want to know is how many people died on his room on his operating table. I mean,
that would be
more
nice.
relevant to me. How many people died on that operating table?
Yeah, they cut his leg off, but hey, he
doesn't speak English. Great, I don't care. I don't need to talk to him. I need him to fix me.
So that's that, and then September, of course, is going to be. We'll do probably a 9/11 ceremony like we usually do at Farmers Market. Pushing into October, we will be at Eastern New Mexico State Fair.
Oh, man, it's already around.
I know. I already got bugged by them. They sent me this nasty text saying, "Why haven't you reserved your spot? We're going to give it away to somebody else."
They're trying to lock it down early.
Whatever, you know. And so I turned around, sent them a couple of checks, and then they're like, "Gee, now we won't process you for another week, but thanks." And I was like, okay, whatever.
We should be used to that. Hurry up and wait is military 101.
Yes, it is. It certainly is.
If anybody should be used to it, it's us. It's somebody to like it, but we're used to it. But it's like I said, we got a lot going on here. We'd love to have more people come and be a part of it. Come visit. We're going to be at the Chamber tomorrow night for our monthly meeting. Like I said, 6 p.m. is when we start our actual Legion and joint Legionnaires and auxiliary.
And I do want to mention, we got a nice donation from O'Reilly's.
Oh, awesome.
They came in.
The auto parts people.
Yeah, auto parts store. Actually, the one down south here in town. They,
thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And, of course, Straight Shard Wireless gave us some money.
Awesome. Appreciate that.
So that's good. And, I mean, we obviously need a lot more money, but
absolutely.
Well, I want to thank the people that have actually, opened their checkbooks.
We have a lot of expenses. I mean, we talked about the memory lawn stuff earlier, but we also are having a building built, renovated, and done, and we got a lot of expenses there that we got to recap and recoup, and so please. Buy a lot of brownies at the farmers market.
Yeah, we got some renovations to do.
And I didn't even mention the fact that we had state convention here last month,
and that was
we had 9 of us. Hosting over 220 people. I mean, that was
a strain of resources, finances, and everything else too. It was.
Oh, we lost money. We
didn't make any money. We're not swimming in cash on that one.
We lost about $5,000.
We're lucky
on that deal.
Kind of sort of came close to breaking even.
Not even close.
No,
$5,000. $5,000 short. But
everyone had a good time at least.
We did get a lot of attention from the state. We got all that stuff.
Attention dollars, but they don't put up drywall and paint walls and electric cords.
And that kind of cut into us, and people probably would say, well, you didn't have to do that. And I was like, well, we looked at it from a very business perspective and thought we could break even, and then there was a bunch of expenses that were just out of control.
Piggyback to this and that, and it just didn't work out.
And we had no control over it. And then with the problems we had with the hotel, they did the best that they could, but with the Ruidoso fire and stuff, that really cut into everything.
Monkey wrench for everybody.
But the American Legion stepped up. I mean, just at the meeting itself, we raised close to $1,000 for Hope Gonzalez, which unfortunately got some bad news on Hope Gonzalez. They're probably going to lose their building.
Yeah,
so
like it.
I guess the rent on their place went up to $3,000 a month, and I wish we could help them out, but we just don't. I mean, we're struggling ourselves, so.
Yeah, they're looking for options and going mobile, but they're still working. The Hope Center and all that, even though the building's kind of up in odds here, they're still collecting resources. They're still going out to people and everything else. Jocelyn and her group have been constantly doing that stuff. So, find them on Facebook, support them grassroots-wise. They keep needing that. Food Not Bombs on there. Geneva Martinez, go look for her. Reach out on Facebook. They're still doing, even though they're running into some hurdles over there with them.
And I know the American Legion Riders donated a bunch of water and I don't know what else. A lot of stuff.
Checks. Here's some checks from our Legionnaires.
Post 7.
Carlsbad,
They donated was $1,000
something like
or
that.
something.
A couple more, I think more than that actually to a couple different places.
Yeah. So there was more, and then we had a little additional money come in after that, which we delivered to Hope Gonzalez and stuff. But it's amazing what veterans will do with, you say, hey, we have a need here, and the 20s and 50s come out of the wallets.
Absolutely. And that's veteran mindset. It's, we're not a big fan of the red tape, but if someone says we need to help, they stand up and they do their thing. And
I don't want to pay some glorified government program, but if I can hand $50 to somebody who can help a veteran, we're going to do it.
We don't. So, we like point A, point B.
Right here, local, face to face.
That's one of the reasons we're so active at Farmers Market is because we have a chance to get out into the community and talk to our community members, let them know that we're here to help, and it gives them a chance to donate here locally.
Well, and a lot of the work of veterans organizations, not just American Legion, but some of our other VFWs and other veterans organizations around, a lot of their work goes under the radar. And what I mean by that is a veteran comes in with an issue or some kind of little thing, a family needs a thing here or something's wrong here. And so they reach out to us at weird hours and say, hey, we got a guy who's got a broke down car, or we got someone who lost this or whatever. And the veteran organizations kind of have a little bit of a daisy chain, I guess, for lack of a better term, to kind of get word around and get how can we get resources to help?
We actually had that happen just not too long ago. One of our veterans came to us and said, hey, I'm having trouble making my mortgage. Can you help me out? It's like, well, we here at Post 61 don't have the funds to help you, but we do know others that do.
Sure.
So we put them in contact with the State Legion, and they gave them temporary assistance. And
TFA.
Yeah.
It's a program at the national level, temporary financial assistance, and that they paid her mortgage and her back.
That's awesome.
Everything.
That's great. Love that.
This was all taken care of.
But that's kind of a lot of what goes on with your veterans organization. So and to be honest, we were talking about these big ideas and things, and part of it too is a lot of the money we get in goes directly back out, whether it's buying turkeys at the holidays or just buying.
Well, and
giving money
talk
to
a minute
various
about
things.
temporary financial assistance. TFA, you have to be a veteran, honorably discharged, and you have to have children in the home under 18 years of age.
Okay.
So there is a lot of qualifications to get
definitely
that
hardship
money. But
identifiers that you have to meet.
Yeah, there are various qualifications.
Gotcha.
And the auxiliary has one that's similar to that. It's called the American Legion Auxiliary Emergency Fund, AEF, and it's for auxiliary members who are on hard times, like those that would be up in Ruidoso.
Gotcha.
So emergency assistance. So if you're a member of the American Legion Auxiliary and you've had issues with the fires and things, reach out, because it is very possible that you'd be able to get some help.
And the way I see it, any stone you can turn over to find resources to help, you should turn it.
Right. Yes,
Leave no one stone unturned here.
Yeah, it's what it's there for. So
Absolutely.
if you need help, reach out to us.
Yeah, but that's what a Legion does. That's what, and so
that's what
we'd
we're
love to
for.
have you support that. So if you do donate, if you go onto our website and donate through there, or if you, to Memory Lawn, or if you give us some money out at Farmers Market on Saturday, we're greatly appreciated, because that's what that
And we
stuff
don't
goes
say it
back
enough,
to.
Mike, but thank you for all that you do. I know you talk about American Legion stuff outside of our little sessions here.
I am a Legionnaire, first and
I
foremost.
want to thank you for getting the word out to people. I can't tell you how many times I get people walking up to me and saying,
I heard this
they
on
heard
Mike's show.
this on, on Mike's show.
I'm sure sometimes they get like, well, this guy's talking about something different.
Well, I
do
you
get
might,
a little.
You might be talking about the Historical Society, but then you see a bridge or something.
I connect.
And you
I'm always
connect,
like, hey, while you're here,
and
go hit
people
this
say,
and do that.
oh, well, I missed your show, but hey,
Well, and to me, this is this show's for. This is that community, that connection. What's going on in your town? Where can you get involved? What things? Pick the things that are important, and that's what I want to tell everybody. I have our nonprofits, and I'm a Legionnaire, very proud to be a part of it. But I challenge every single Roswell capable person to find something to get involved. Pick one thing. I don't care what it is, whether it's children and maybe youth coaching, or maybe it's working with churches, or maybe getting involved with homeless, or Maybe it's whatever, or Legionnaire. I mean,
scouting. We need a scoutmaster.
I mean, whatever your passion is, pick that one thing and get involved with it. And if every person in Roswell did that, you know how many cool things would get done in this town, and how much things for want we would not need.
Right.
I think we could solve a lot of problems if, and you don't have to be crazy like us. Like, I know you guys are doing 37 different things. I'm involved in 27 different groups. You don't have to do that. That's just insane. We're not smart sometimes.
Well, I didn't say we weren't insane, but I do want to mention that I did receive note from the New Mexico Department of Transportation this morning that our permit has been basically approved. She's going to send that to me here shortly. I'll have it in my email. Then I can turn around and I can start talking to the city. But the Veterans Day Parade, of course, would be, was it November 5 this year? I think it is. And
somewhere around the 11th. I don't know.
Yeah, well, the 11th is officially Veterans Day, but we always do the Saturday.
Sure.
And
for convenience reasons for everybody.
Yeah, the sheriff finally sent their letter to the Department of Transportation, which got the ball rolling.
Oh, good.
So the sheriff's department's going to help us out again this year doing that rolling stop.
Excellent.
So we're going to be good to go on that. So obviously we're going to need donations, so if anybody can help us out. That's right. Pioneer Bank gave us $500 this year, which is really helpful.
Big thank you to Pioneer Bank. Of course, they're involved in, they're a very community-minded business.
Well, they skipped us for a couple of years, but then this year we got hit again.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Always love to
thank you for not skipping
us.
We appreciate it. We will use it. We will help people with it.
On the radar.
Very much so.
Yes. So, yeah, very appreciative. But, yeah, Pioneer Bank's constantly involved in community projects.
Oh, yeah. They're giving money
9
to
times out of 10,
people.
you see an event going on and you look at sponsors, Pioneer Bank's usually one of them. So.
Usually.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. So I always tell people, when think about those kind of things when making your business choices, when you're shopping and doing business in town. Think of the people that look back in your community. So anyway.
And I will say that Stellar Coffee and the Dragon Soldiers seasonings were instrumental in helping us get some of the things we needed for the convention. So a big shout out to them as well.
Yep, they made us look good.
Yes,
definitely.
they did.
Well, Dragon Soldier helped us out by really seriously discounting like the lanyards and the IDs and stuff.
Yeah, they do screen printing and that kind of stuff too.
That's a veteran-run business too, by the way. For folks.
Yeah, they're VFW.
Yep. Yeah, Mac is a good dude.
Yeah, Alice and his wife, she works so hard on those things. Thank you very much.
Yeah, she did a good job.
Yeah.
And I just looked at it. I actually saw the swag bag for the first time a couple of days ago. I mean, I'd seen it from a distance.
Right.
It's the first time I
examine and study.
Yeah, I looked at it and I was like, God, that looks really good.
Oh, yeah, they look sharp. They look.
Yep.
I saw them pretty good. I stuffed about 100 of them.
Yes, we did.
I'm still getting people calling me and say, hey, can we get more of those pins or can we get more of those coins? And
then they would be a collector's item now, would they?
Sold out.
That's right.
You know?
The whole point of making them is to have a limited number.
Right. Yes.
That's why the whole Beanie Babies thing of it. You limit the numbers, man.
I remember Beanie Babies. I had a few of those.
By the way, if you got them now, they're probably not worth what you think they are.
No.
Well, there were 150 coins total. 4 of them got damaged. So we got 146 out there. That's the official number.
They're that much more valuable since 4 were lost in the transition.
Yeah. They got washed in the washing machine.
That's right.
Yeah,
My bad.
I don't know why. The back didn't get affected, but the front, all the flake fell off. So.
Call them misprints and they'll be more valuable.
Well, and that's what I keep telling people. I said, we got to hold on to these because these will be worth probably more than
they're the misprints.
Yeah.
They're the slip up by the machine. So.
Yes.
But anyway, come out tomorrow night, 6 p.m. at the Chamber of Commerce. Love to have you to come to our next our auxiliary and Legion and Sons meeting here.
Yep.
And of course, RoswellLegion.org is our website if you want to learn more about scholarships, learn more about memory law and everything that we do. And then don't forget, come see us Saturday morning out on the courthouse lawn for Farmers Market.
And the earlier you get out there, the more stuff and the cooler it is.
And we can't come to you, so come to us for your brownie.
575-268-0220.
Very good. Call it and come to us. We can't go running to you for brownie. We can't deliver no more.
I also had a call yesterday about flags. If you have flags here in town that you need to have retired, We will come to you. We
Yeah.
will come and pick it up for you.
That we can do.
We can do that. For that. Or drop them off Saturday if you're going to the farmer's market. We can take them off
we
your
will
hands
take them
then.
on Saturday mornings.
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever's convenient for you.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well,
We're
thank you.
very
guys.
flexible.
That's right. Yeah. I stretch
I'm
every day.
fat, but I'm flexible.
I stretch every day.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Mike.
On that note, let's do a quick break before I get kicked off the radio. Don't go away.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Boeing lost more than $1.4 billion in the second quarter. The company has named aerospace industry veteran Robert Ortberg as its new CEO effective next week. Despite the huge loss, Boeing stock has been on the rise. Following a two-day meeting today, the Federal Reserve will announce its latest decision on interest rates. Most economists expect the Fed to leave rates where they are, with no rate cut at this time. Japan's central bank has raised its key interest rate 0.25%. Pay and benefits for America's workers grew more slowly in the April through June quarter than in the first 3 months of the year, according to the Labor Department. Global stocks have advanced and oil prices jumped more than $2 a barrel after an airstrike killed Hamas's top political leader. Chinese markets are surging after weak manufacturing data raises hopes for more economic stimulus. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Strong women need strong partners to help them lead their healthiest lives. At Artesia General Hospital, Dr. Scott Beard and nurse practitioner Lori Crockett deliver compassionate, holistic care to women at every age and stage. From routine checkups to diagnostic testing and specialty services like urogynecology, you can expect the most innovative, personalized care close to home. Learn more about women's services at Artesia General Hospital online at artesiageneral.com/women or by calling 575-736-8394. Many women's services are also offered in Carlsbad.
When you're healthy, you can do amazing things. We're all about that. Because if you don't have access to health insurance through your work, or you just lost Medicaid, Be Well can connect you to the right health plan for you, your family, and your budget. We want to make your life a little easier, worry-free, and healthier. Because your health is everything. Be strong, be adventurous, and be amazing. Be Well. New Mexico's health insurance marketplace. Learn more at BeWellNM.com.
Bill Cunningham is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM KEND Roswell.
And that's going to do it for us. Have an amazing day. We'll be back bright and early, 7 a.m. tomorrow. Till then, take care, everybody.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott. Hamas's top political leader, Ismail Haniyeh, has been killed in an airstrike in Tehran. That's according to Hamas